Pew pew. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with my sluggas as they run in. Because they're running, I don't think they can use, like, a couple of them have like big guns over their backs, but like it's very hard to run with a gun out in front of you.
World's worst charge.
Truly. Okay. Oh, fuck, this is so bad. This is such a bad spread for me. I've got 5 setback dice. Let's see what happens. All right, nets out 3 successes, 4 threats.
Holy shit.
Fascinating. Okay. So, Laura, what is your soak?
My soak is 3.
3? Okay.
I'm just gonna confirm that.
No, that makes sense.
Soak is 2, then +1.
Yeah, carapace should be 3 because we're all in the same armor.
All right, so that is 9 points of damage from their barrage. However, 4 threats. Ooh, baby. As the bullets begin to fly, I think we'll say part of the reason you get hit is you just determine, like, yes, these are the targets I wanted. So you kind of just step out a little more firmly, like you get hit a few times by stray bullets, but you just kind of grit your teeth against it because this is where you want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give 2 boosts to you and 2 boosts to Atticus.
And you said that was 9 wounds, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they get some like mob bonuses, which is kind of spooky. Cool. It's really funny. Part of their equipment is a pouch of teeth.
Oh, those are worth money. Get those.
Great. So top of the round, Marnie.
Well, it's funny. I was gonna switch my weapons because, like, as cool as a plasma gun is, it's actually kind of dangerous. No, fuck.
I've had Marines explode when I've rolled a 1. I get you.
I know. It's just like, but she would be okay with going out in a blaze of glory. So while this is not smart tactically, that Laura knows, I think Marnie would fire it again. Just seeing those helmets. What?
I was going to say, being charged by a massive mob of knobs, it's also tactically smart.
Shoot, I know. So I really hope this doesn't kill me.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Atticus Vase, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and our Game Master Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com, DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. We have merchandise available at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice. Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and Tyler Hewitt as Atticus Vase. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band have been trapped in the caves and assaulted by knobs. Marnie blew away a spot of bomb grots, Atticus held the line, and Valentine gave commands from the rear. But will Marnie survive rapid-firing her plasma gun to save her teammates? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
Oh,
From the
thank you for the
operations
follow
manual
or follow me,
plasma-related
Anonymous.
Caution. Does get hot. Laura, pull that fucking trigger. Let's see what happens. We're in the
Okay.
midst of battling knobs as they charge over the exploded grots and dead slaver at their feet as they rush the three of you, making a valiant defense of the crevasse you must escape through.
Okay, so these guys haven't taken their turn, right?
They did. They
haven't.
shot at you and
Fuck.
dealt you damage.
Okay. God damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wah was kind of a rolling wah.
Right. Okay.
But they're
At least I have gotten enough mining so I can get iron.
So I'm going to say they're at probably close range. So
Okay.
that will be, I believe, 1, possibly 2. Let me just check my handy book here.
I'm gonna aim. Sure.
That spell is perfect.
And you've got a
What?
bonus. And you got a bonus 2 boost from the knobs.
Ooh, 15 more kills to level up. Nice.
From there, because they're eagerly charging directly at you, which means that like it's less about aiming and more about pointing. They're at short range, happily not engaged, which would make things difficult for you. So just one purple.
1 purple.
I'm still out of story points, so I cannot fuck with you. I'm going to, let's see, so you've got your boost from that, you've got your boost from aiming. So you've got 4
That
boosts
spell isn't
right
ready.
now.
I can't cast that yet.
Oh yeah, what's their defense though?
No, that's not right. I'm sorry. 3.
So that's 3 black dice, right?
Yes. Hang on, let me double check that. That seems like a lot for knobs. Yes. Okay, my mistake. They have 2. They have 3 on close combat.
Got it. So
So
2
I
setback
added
dice for
2
their defense.
setbacks?
Yeah.
Oh, do I get to add shit when I have defense?
Tom has added it to his
Oh,
rolls.
Tom's an addict.
Yeah, but please do remind me though, in case I forget. But
Okay,
yes, that's
cool.
why I have so many. Also, the guns are inaccurate, so I had to add one for that. There's a tactic that is very much within the
Spell
character.
isn't ready.
I think I'd
That's still
like
recharging.
to add. I think I'd like to do that because I think Marnie is just like. I think it's been a while since she's really been in kind of the thick of combat like this, and I think this is one of the things like her training and all this like
That's still recharging.
feelings
I
of like
can't cast that yet.
like for the Emperor and for like fallen comrades, it's just all like
Ready yet.
putting her in like complete focus.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Okay. All right, so we're good. I can roll.
Yep. Go ahead.
Cool.
Light them up.
So that is.
Hello,
I can't
Tamara. Thank you
believe
for
this,
stopping by.
But it's 2 successes, 10 advantages, and I know, and I'll add an advantage because I didn't ready my weapon. I don't understand how that happened first, but it did.
Wow.
So I think that's a crit.
Wow. Yeah, spend some money on crits, yo.
So,
10 advantage. Holy
I know,
hell.
but I'm looking at the dice. I'm like, that's,
Yeah, no, I believe it.
that's
So,
like 7, 8, 9, 10. I just didn't. I rolled a whole bunch of like blank dice on the others. Anyways. Okay. So I'm spending. Do I spend all of them?
What's your crit rating on your
like
weapon, Laura?
2.
Beside him.
So you only need to spend 2 to activate the crit. You can't activate the crit like 19 times. So spend 2 for that.
Yeah.
And then you have 8 remaining advantage that you can spend in a variety of ways.
Tom's gonna get out the crit bank, and then we
Holy
can
shit,
what
man.
you can do.
This is unexpected. I've certainly never seen this before.
No, it's good to
I
lean
keep
in.
double checking, like, did I do this right? Man,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's Genesis, man. Sometimes the dice are just like, fuck
Whoa,
it. Okay.
so weird.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. These are so you got some options for your advantage here, Laura, that you might want to use. So, yeah. So you're
That's
obviously
still recharging.
critical, which
I can't cast that yet. That's still
fun.
recharging.
This is very funny. So,
I
you
can't
can
cast
spend
that
to negate the target enemy's defense, such as recover, ignore some armor. You can ignore penalizing environmental effects until the end of the active character's next turn. But there aren't really any
We don't really have
environmental
anything,
effects,
right?
no. But
Yeah.
if you're fighting in 0G, for instance, you could just be like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm really good at 0G for the next minute.
Yeah, for the
When-
next minute, there's no recoil.
Yeah, right. When dealing damage to a target, you can have the attack disable the opponent or one piece of gear rather than dealing wounds or strain. So hobbling them temporarily with a shot to the leg, disabling their radio. We'll have to debate about that.
Not interested.
The effect should be temporary, not too excessive. You can gain +1 melee or ranged defense until the end of your next turn. Or you can force the target to drop a melee or ranged weapon they're wielding.
Laura shoots, and every knob drops their weapon.
Yes.
Ah!
Yeah, it just like rips,
they all try to surrender.
they just like rip their metal arms off and like, we're sorry. Now I will say, Laura, does the plasma cannon? I'm sorry, I don't have the stats up in front of me. Does it
Plasma
have?
gun.
Sorry, plasma gun. Does it have blast radius, or is
No,
it's
it doesn't.
a single target? So we are fucking up one knob very badly. Is I think the name of the game here.
Yeah.
So if I can offer a recommendation, I
Sure.
would say take 1 point of likely melee defense, given that they are going to
Yeah, I like
cascade
that.
into you. So you've got 3 left you can spend on
Is
big
there's a
ticket
mine
items.
underneath
So
here?
I would say negating the defense is a good call. That way your damage is just pure. You don't need to worry about armor. And then, so you spent 6, 8, so you got 2 more. With those 2, you can grant a boost dice to either Valentine or this, or you can add a disadvantage to other knobs. There are 5 knobs currently in the space.
I think I'd rather pass the advantage on.
Server
Okay, that
has
makes
reached
Yeah.
1,000 players
great.
online.
So,
Current
passing
or
to Atticus or to Valentine?
Atticus
It's
is
a
next,
new-
right?
Yep.
Yeah, then I'll.
And is
I'll
also
pass
like has
along.
clearly put himself in the line of fire.
achievements.
I'm gonna say so. The biggest guy is the one you're shooting at. He is. He's got a. We'll call him Iron Jaw. So
Cool.
Iron Jaw is the guy who's got the spiked helmets from your buds. He's charging you with his pal Flaily, so named for the flails. He's swinging wildly. So you've got Iron Jaw and Flaily.
Nice.
And then the other 3 are gonna rush.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
So let's see what you do.
I can't cast that yet.
That is knob they've got. So your damage is
Is 12.
12.
Base damage. So.
plus how you succeeded by how much? 2, so a total of 14.
And then I've got a vicious rating of 2 for the crit. So that's
Cool.
adding 20
Go to the church.
to the.
That
Yeah.
spell isn't ready
Yeah.
yet.
So you roll
Cast that
D1
yet.
so
That spell isn't ready
2d10
yet.
and then
Get him.
20 because
Is 91
with the 20 or before the 20?
before the 20.
So 111, Tom.
All right.
Like an extra bit.
Temporarily disabled, immobilized, critical is healed.
I can't cast
So
that.
Iron Jaw is
Still
like,
recharging.
again, very much like the Rock if he was he's rushing forward with kind of like his. Got a massive, we always called them can openers back in the day, but it's like a power fist if instead of fingers it was just like slashing blade. So just like a giant bladed hand. So as he starts rushing towards you, you line up a shot, and then the session ended, and then we started this one. Yeah. So you're aiming for center mass. You're like, I just want to drop this guy as fast as possible. But then he holds his arm up in front of him as he charges, and you realize that the shot has been ruined. Admittedly, you can still fire, you can still do some damage, but kind of a worst case scenario for you is you like blow his metal arm apart and like somewhat hurt his chest, and then he gets there and crushes your skull. So you do what they always taught you. You're a student of war. You just point down and you blow off both his legs. So he falls forward.
Yet.
Just kind of crunches into the ground as the blast of plasma energy just like eats away at his bottom half, and he just starts screaming in agony and fury, and with his metal claw just points up. He says, "Get her, boys!" It turns out he doesn't have a very good commander voice. But yeah, he goes to drag himself forward, only to find that the plasma heat is still working. So when he tries to pull himself forward, part of his groin goes off, and he realizes that maybe dragging himself forward is not possible today. So instead of just punching the ground, be like, kill them all! Ow! But he is badly fucked up. If you didn't gather this from, you blew off both his legs. He is in rough shape, to say the least.
Good.
Cool. Good round.
No, this plasma gun is fun and it scares me.
Grimdark.
You know.
Are these guys still at short range, or are they engaged now? Because I got something for both.
So, we've got Flaley has now reached Marnie. One of the three that was charging you breaks off to go join that fight. He heard the epic war cry of "Get him, boys!"
Mm-hmm.
So we'll call him Blades. For the blades he holds in each hand.
Okay.
So Blades goes to join Flaley in attacking Marnie. So he is at mid-range. At short range for you are, we'll call him Spiky Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never guess why. And the Axeman. The Axeman is, think... What
does the Axeman's helmet look like?
He doesn't have one.
I was to say, it looks like an axe.
Yeah.
Also good. He is, I'm imagining I think it's actually Resident Evil 5, but like big bulky guy, massive double-handed axe over his shoulder comes rushing in. So I think he's wearing like, I don't know, a bag over his head with nails in it or some shit. I don't know. Sometimes I got lazy with the designs, but you're picking up what I'm putting down. So you can shoot at close range for them or medium range for the two that are rushing Marnie. They haven't quite reached her. Soon they will be engaged, which will make it harder to hit them. But their turn has not come yet.
Okay. I'll deal with the two.
Valentine is 15 feet behind you, hiding behind a stalagmite.
Yeah. I'll deal with the two fresher guys that are in short range, so they're not quite ready in punching range. And I'll throw my rad grenade at them.
Nice.
So that is ranged light. So that's pew pew. What am I modifying it with, sir?
So you are at short range. So it's only one purple.
Okay.
You've got 2 setback from the armor.
Okay.
From the defense, rather.
Marnie conferred some sort of advantages to me, right?
Yep. So you'll get
2 boost.
I believe only 1.
Oh, she
I think there
conferred
were
one.
2
Sorry.
separate instances of 1
Yes.
boost.
Yeah.
No, I was confusing with the previous boost thing. We've been fighting orcs for a while.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1.
So 1 boost from that. I'm going to give you another boost for being able to lob a grenade down a hill. There's
Yeah.
just a special joy to rolling it down.
Oh, wait, did
Ryan,
he get 2 boosts from the orc threat from the knobs shooting and hurting Marnie so heftily?
Yeah, I thought there were 2
Yes,
separate
yes. I'm
instances
sorry.
of boosts.
Yes. So for a total of 3, 1 from Marnie gifting it to you. I'm sorry. Yes, when you said from Marnie, I was like, she only gave you 1. But yes, you're absolutely right. The orcs gave you 2. So total.
There
3
are a
boosts from
lot
that,
of them. This is all
Yeah.
understandable.
plus rolling down the hill. So 4 boosts in total from my count. And you have 3 story points available to you.
I'm going to sit on the story points for now.
Fair enough.
Rolling 5 successes, 1 triumph.
Fuck yeah.
Hello, John. Yeah, for me it was easy. I
Okay.
just used the app
How
on my
much damage
phone
on the
and
rad
paid.
grenade?
The damage is 4.
Okay. Does it have-
and it has some
But
special abilities.
as far as I understood,
Hit.
some countries,
So
it's like in Canada, if you live
meaning
there,
I think I can
apparently
spend
it's
advantage,
not
so
as
I can't do
easy or
that,
something.
unless Triumph.
Triumph can
converts into the-
activate. Yeah, you can spend Triumph to activate special abilities as well.
Okay. Anyone engaged with the original target takes the same damage, so now it's hitting both
the
guys instead
yep.
of one.
Yeah.
So now
I'm
they
not
both have to
sure
take
how it
a
works in
4 purple
Germany,
resilience check.
but I can check the app I used.
Interesting. Oh, I do not see this going well for them.
Yeah, this is for players at home. This is a radiation grenade.
I used an app called
No,
Exodus.
I think it was just like a grenade with like fire painted on the side. It's wearing like LA gear. It has like
Yeah.
frosted tips. Like it's a rad grenade.
It's either that or he's just
It's written
K-19
like
the
this.
Widowmaker. 2 knobs running at him.
Oh, I haven't thought of that scene in a while. I don't want it. Okay, so 4 purple.
Yeah.
Good God. Okay, so 4 purple resilience check. Do they?
I'm assuming they're fairly resilient.
I mean, no, they're not bad. Stupid iPhone. I'm trying to click on the dice, not make them larger. You were the chosen one. You're supposed to bring balance to the force, not destroy it. Okay. So I'm rolling 2 green, 2 yellow against 4 purple. Tyler, do you want to upgrade any of those using story points?
Sure. I'll spend 1 story point to
I think
upgrade.
I'm gonna go back to a place where I can only fight green
Trying to think if we add
monsters.
anything else. I think that's probably it. I don't imagine they
Breathy Highlands, maybe?
setback. So let's go. 1 failure, 1 despair.
Okay. Excellent. So because they failed, their brawn is -1 for 24 hours.
Oh shit. Okay.
Wow.
And any threat rolled on that check is used to inflict 1 strain on the target per threat. So I don't know how much despair we can cash in, or how much threat we can cash in despair for. Or if you want to use despair in a different way.
I think I do, because despair is such a big roll that I don't want to kind of burn it on something as minor as threat.
So it's already done 7 damage to each of them.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 success plus 4 base.
So I think what I'm gonna say is because you rolled a triumph and then they got a despair. Fuck. I'm gonna say okay, yeah, here's what happens. So
Well,
are you
this
throwing
seems to
this-
be
trying to throw
nice
this
for
swing or
Octo.
throwing in
The server
ads?
is
Just like normal
expanding
OctoWoW
quite fast, I would say.
I was trying to hit them both.
Hopefully, and it seems like maybe some of the old
That's my
DJs
Yep.
can
That
join
was
as
always
well,
kind of my
hopefully.
intention was to spend any advantage I got to
Not saying that the new ones are
block
bad,
target
but
rates last and have it hit,
I
hit
got you.
multiple.
Man, why are my dice so far away?
oh,
One
quest.
second, Jesus, this is dumb. I don't have a coin, so I'm gonna flip my phone.
Slay 12 greater
me to roll a
brown
D6
recluses
I
in
literally
the
just flipped my
swamps of
phone like a
Grim.
bougie Two-Face.
What the hell is a recluse? Oh,
What a
spiders.
great use of several $100s worth of technology.
Yeah.
Oh, level 40. Oh crap. Not gonna engage those guys yet.
All right, so that's gonna hit Spiky Helmet more so than the Axeman. We'll say he was charging with his helmet.
Okay, I need to
down,
find the flight
grenade rolled
path.
under. As it goes off, it's just like he keeps running, and like his skeleton just like bursts out of his flesh, and then just kind of like slows and stumbles and falls over as the rest of him falls away.
Nice.
The blast like throws the Axeman against the wall. You can see his green skin peel off against it, like the gooey cheese in a pizza commercial. As he struggles away from the wall, and you can see that like he vomits down his chest from the rad poisoning, and his arms are trembling holding the axe as he brings it up over his head and begins to walk forward. But he is clearly real fucked up.
Okay. Yeah, Atticus will say, as a little taste of home, a little pubious hospitality.
Amazing. Great. Love it. That brings us to Valentine.
I mean, Valentine knows it's a numbers game, and there seems to be a number he can cross off the list pretty fast. So just from the back, he just shoot Axeman if he can. Just like aim for the throat and or head. So what's my range on this one, Tom?
For you, you're 15 feet back, so it is going to be medium range on a pistol.
Okay, so that's 2 purple.
Yes. So 2 purple, you have 2 story points available. I'm going to spend 1 to upgrade the challenge to 1 red, 1 purple.
Okay, and what's the defense on Axeman for ranged?
2.
All right. Then yes, I will use a story point to try to.
Gotcha. I'll also say, Ryan, just for narrative flavor's sake, pain dice, you shake it off, but like it's ever present, you know.
Oh yeah, he's doing very poorly.
We're going from John McClane, like I need to find some shoes, to like Hans, like, you know, dirty shirt, dragging a leg, trying to save Holly Gennaro, you know.
Yeah, and he will obviously use his maneuver to aim because he's not moving at all. He's just shooting from the back. So that's 1 boost, right?
Yes.
Alrighty, let's see what happens. Okay, that is 4 success and 1 threat.
Okay.
And I feel like he's singing one of those old like Salvation Army style hymns. They're just like glory of the emperor. Shooting for the emperor. Like he doesn't know the words because he's in so much pain he can't completely focus, but he is trying to sing to over the microbead to keep his allies in their like holy rage.
I do like that he just picked like a song that has just such a memorable tune that he can't help but remember it, and then just adds emperor to it. Like this isn't actually necessarily a chant. It's just like, here's a song I know, emperor.
Yeah, as he said,
knocked down for the emperor.
Yeah, the emperor likes
down.
That's what that Adeptus Sororitas taught him. Is any song for the emperor is a prayer. So he's just riffing them, you know.
Yep.
It's all he has to offer while he holds in his intestines with the other hand.
Yep. Fair enough. Okay. And what is the damage on your bolt pistol again, sir?
So in this case, he will do 14 damage.
Oof. And you have Pierce?
Pierce 2.
So as you're singing your song to the Emperor, the Axeman is in tremendous pain as well, and weirdly having kind of the same journey you are, except he's singing his own theme song, which he wrote for himself when all the other knobs made fun of him for using a martial weapon instead of a ranged weapon. So as he stalks forward, he's just going, no, Axeman, no, Axeman, 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 and then the back of his head gets blown out and falls forward like an unfinished sneeze, unable to finish the rousing final verse of Axeman.
Yeah, he has exactly half a second to wonder why he can't sing the song, and then you just see the blink of the bolt in his throat, and then it detonates, and bam, the back of his head goes out.
And he falls forward. His head bangs off of the suppression shield, and just with that classic, like, usually like villain getting swept off a windshield, like. This, you just kind of like have to schlup him off the bottom of your shield because part of his face was still stuck there from the melting. But no, they are both down. You've successfully defended the Inquisitor and the ramparts.
I hate to ask, Tom, I did roll a threat.
You did. You did. So I'm going to add a boost to the next orc.
So Blades, when he was running over at Marnie or whatever.
Yeah.
Whaley.
Yeah.
Or Ironjaw on the ground.
No, Ironjaw is immobilized. So he's kind of out of it unless Marnie inexplicably decides to have a little stroll. Having just played through Resident Evil 7 in VR, anytime I knock something down, I'm like, oh, I just walk around this now and I'm safe. I don't need to waste my bullet on this. I just shuffle, step. So I feel like unless Marnie's like, I want my shins to get torn off, she's fine. But Blades, on the other hand, is running in. So I think it makes sense for I made all the orcs male, which sucks. So Blades is female. So Blades, she's gonna get the boost. Okay, so that brings us to Blades.
Another
or actually, I guess
node.
Ironjaw should go
I
up
was gonna
first.
say I have 2 coming at me.
He continues to punch through it. Yeah, because after you shot off the legs of their leader and he screamed, "Yeah!" They listened.
No, why would they listen? Sorry.
Look, that's
Continue.
Laura talking. That's not Marty talking.
Marnie
No.
complaining about more enemies?
No.
Oh.
That's
Turns
just
out
Laura.
she's just like some kind of Tau changeling. Like, what's
That's
going
just
on?
Laura being like, Tom, why are you so mean to me?
Yeah.
Because I like I like baiting you to make things worse for my characters. Apparently, it's become a new thing in this show.
Historically, yes.
It's interesting that your first character baited the Inquisitor and your second character is baiting the GM. It's just like
Well, I mean, admittedly, Ryan, the player baited both times. Let's ask
true.
Lyric how she feels about that, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
help me, I'm in the warp.
I was gonna say
I'm like she's screaming.
implication that she's alive.
It's only because I don't have one of those Christmas crackling fireplace sound effects ready. Where she's like, let's hear what she has to say. Crackle, crackle, pop, pop. Oh, that's a shame. All right, so
That plane's still burning 3 days later.
the Blades is running in. I mean, it could also just be the hellfire of the warp. Who knows? Blades is swinging at. Let's see. I got Ooh, that is hearty. And then we're at close range. All melee is 2.
What's your melee defense there, Marnie?
My melee defense is temporarily 3.
Oh, hey, that's pretty good.
Woo!
Take that. The Blades, she's got
Sorry,
one from hearing through the as we've established.
Hello, Triscon. Just press my profile or YouTube thingy face or something, and then it should pop up below.
Singing that stupid song.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna miss that dum dum. So with a tear in her orcish eye, she rushes in. Laura, I
I can't
say
run.
right
I need to
now,
kill it for
I'm gonna spend a story
XP.
point, so that
No.
boosts
no.
my shit up a little bit here.
Fuck.
I've got a pretty good spread. Would you also like to spend a story point to?
Let's see.
up the
Tonight, Norway is playing against
yeah.
Iraq in the football cup or World
okay,
Cup.
And I think it's more of like I think Marnie's just thinking like she kind of scoffs to herself and be like, orcs do not have feelings, and like
Which hurts the orcs' feelings so much that they
Yeah.
roll slightly more poor.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that much more poor. I got 4 successes and 1 threat.
Yeah.
Laura, what is your soak?
My soak is 3.
Your soak is 3. Okay, and my chop. Ooh.
I'm just gonna fucking die right now.
Yeah, man, this is pretty rough.
The fuck, man?
All right, it's almost like you shouldn't bait the
Yeah, the
DM.
match starts at midnight in Norway. Okay.
The fuck, man?
Oof. Yeah.
The fuck?
I mean,
What's the damage, Tommy? No more
Yep.
mystery. Give
What
us
is
a
it?
number.
it's 13 points of damage.
I'm dead.
What's your soak? Your soak is 3.
I'm fucking dead.
So take
Yeah, soak is 3.
10 points of
dead.
damage.
So 10 points of damage, Laura.
Yeah, I'm dead.
How much health did you have?
I had 7 left because I took fucking 9.
All right,
that one
so
hit.
she takes what? A flail or a blade in the face, Tom?
Takes a blade. So
Fuck me. Wait, let me just see if is there anything I missed?
also, Laura, for the record, just because you take more damage than your health doesn't mean you're immediately dead. It just means
Oh,
you're,
it doesn't?
Well, I mean, technically, but we'll deal with it. It's the grim dark future. Anything's possible.
Fuck.
So-
I'm gonna create so many new
Yeah.
characters this
I
game.
can be killed immediately with full health. You can
I
be
was gonna
killed
say,
in 2 hits.
You're just gonna
Doesn't
get
matter.
like you're just gonna get the accents of the world now.
Laura, here's the
What do
thing.
we do next?
really need an uninjured person to help us when we get to this fucking forest. So if you want to die, that would be cool.
So,
If you wanna die, I'll come back
That'd
as
be
a
really
medic.
cool.
Marnie, all you think, you just think to yourself like, orcs don't have feelings. Turns out they have 2. One is feeling of the loss of a friend,
Jesus Christ.
and the other is rage towards someone who didn't kill that person but might somehow be responsible. So screaming with all the rage of an unfinished song, blades hacked deep into your shoulder.
Yeah, I've been
You
streaming.
feel,
I've been
like
one
you're
of the
tough.
few
You're
streamers that has been
Marty Schwarzenegger, goddammit. So you just,
consistently
like, muscle
streaming
through it as you continue, kind of, like,
OctoWoW.
eating
There
your
was a lot
plastic
of them in the
around it,
beginning, but
because
there
you know
one
it's supposed
went
to.
over to
You
Cappy and
realize,
stuff.
because your arm is hanging limp. And as
Other
you look
games.
down, you realize that it didn't
But
stop.
I
at
had the
your
feeling
shoulder.
this
It,
project was
got
something
in
to
there. And as
believe
the
in, so I
orc
just kept playing.
kind of like tries to pull the blade free and boots your body away. You realize looking down that, like, looking straight down, you can see the blade. It is dug deep into
Well,
your chest.
I just mine because I want to level up blacksmithing and mining, and since I have the bot, I just keep selling whatever I don't need to him, so I don't have to run
I
back
don't
to the
wanna pity for
vendor.
your catchphrase, but it's a good moment.
Saves me so much time.
What? This is bullshit.
Yay!
And with that, Marty Schwarzenberger,
I love that
you fall
girl in the
backwards
podcast. She plays now a character
off the
that
edge of the cliff.
has like an Arnold voice thingy.
Oh man, I was gonna come get you, but
No, it seems the prices are just the same as in Turtle. So this robot is like $20.
That's how it goes.
All right, so if episodes are delayed getting out this week, it's because I'm spending 10 hours creating a new character again.
yeah, it's because she's in mourning.
No, it's just gonna take so fucking long to build a character in this world.
No, I understand. You need to like.
Laura, I think what we could say
you're
at
gonna
this
get
point
good
is
at it.
I'm gonna
it
go-
doesn't need to take you 10 hours when you only get to play them for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I think you should just burn it out in 20.
just need to like cross stitch yourself a mourning veil. You can do that during the next session while you don't have a character.
Oh my god, I'm seriously dead. Fucking hell.
Dark heresy, baby.
Thanks for
The
that
Inquisitor
sweet art,
running-
Dell. We put it to real good use.
And that the Inquisitor, as he sees her start falling,
Okay,
just
this
starts singing into
podcast is the
microbeat
one
and
I.
shared over her
She
last
lost
few
2
months.
characters
In the arms
in 30
of
episodes. What the hell?
angels, far away from here. And he listens and he hears a thud. And he's
They
like,
have
"Here anymore."
thought about it, but they don't want to open any
He
other
yells,
payment
as he
methods
starts shooting.
unless they know they are safe and they can't be tracked.
Features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on
Or
Twitter,
they haven't
as
said that, but
Lucius
I'm just
Valentine,
guessing.
Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Atticus Weiss.
Okay, next
Laura
episode.
Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Marnie Schwartz. Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features game master
safety above all else. And it's not easy or hard to, at least not for me.
My report shows that the Inquisitor's band are resisting a gang of knobs at a terrible cost. Atticus unleashed a rad grenade, and the Inquisitor blasted away with his pistol, but Marnie was struck dead after killing a knob. Can Valentine and Atticus survive alone behind enemy lines? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
Okay, now I just have to find those
On Imperial weapon
quest givers.
distribution and requisition. Now, we are trusting you with this, one of the greatest weapons in the arsenal of man. It can destroy both the heretic and the Xenos with tremendous ability, fervor,
Level
joy,
1.
even. The joy of the Emperor's wrath. That said, plasmatic weapons
Maybe I
are
should try and
incredibly
create
rare
the
and are to be held
hardcore
at
character
all
as well.
costs. Should they fall into the enemy, as has
Feel the
occurred
pressure.
occasionally with the forces of chaos, humanity shall find its greatest sword turned against it. So whatever you do, don't fucking lose the gun. Marnie falls. Valentine prays. Atticus looks at the remaining troops, the knob who's crawling and the one standing over the chasm, the side of the cliff face where Marnie has fallen. And Atticus, you notice the knob begin to move. Now, Laura, there is a
You can
mechanic
choose to
in,
run through the dark portal
Genesis,
and then you
for
enter the
story points
PvE
that is different
server.
from the one we've used to this point. Not different, but an additional thing.
I
you can
don't
use
think
story points for.
TurtleWoW had that, do they?
Called the Deus Ex Machina. Those of us who know our Latin and know our theater know that this means God in the machine, and usually refers to literally God coming in on a zip cord at the end of a play that can't end any other way and being like, I solved it for you.
Yeah, like Sting.
Yeah, exactly like Sting.
Or Gandalf.
Yeah,
Repeatedly.
many options. So one of the ways you can spend story points in a Genesis system is to force a Deus Ex. Now the catch here is that the Deus Ex can't be like, okay, Red 5, start your attack run on the Death Star. I would like to spend a story point to detonate the Death Star. No good. But you could be like, I spend it to have Han Solo show up and cover my back. You still need to make the shot, but at least Han Solo's got your back. Also, spoilers for A New Hope, everyone. I know that's streaming now on Disney Plus, and everyone's still getting caught up, but like, spoilers.
If you started at 1, you're not making it to 4.
Wait, Yuza saying the prequels are not a good time? So all that to say that well, you can't spend a story point to like magically be cured and alive. You can spend it to force an intervention that might buy you some time. Currently, we are sitting at 2 and 3 in favor of you guys. So you do have points to spend, which unfortunately you didn't have during the great lyric and alto fiasco of Ott a couple weeks ago. So
Tyler's having a moment of silence.
Nice.
So I think I know the answer to this, but Laura, would you like to spend a story point?
I don't know. Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously.
Imagine if she just said no. We're just like, well, now we got to pause for her to go build a fucking character.
Totally fair.
Back tomorrow.
So, Laura, as you black out, stumble backward and fall, you still firmly have in your mind a prayer to the Emperor to save you, and you're still sure they will. Meanwhile, if you remember from the end of last episode, Valentine is also singing a hymn to the Emperor to save you. But the Emperor doesn't save you. An orc does, which raises a bunch of real problematic questions about Imperial theology. As the furious orc who attacked you sees a prize that all knobs have been told to keep an eye out for, and one that would truly, perhaps even help her become a war chief. She sees your plasma gun, a truly great prize for any orc, any Xenos, and technology that the orcs legitimately can't safely replicate. So as you fall, she leaps out and grabs it. Good news is it's attached to you, so you're now dangling from your gun, unconscious with a blade deep in your chest. But Atticus, you see this happen, and you see the orc put on the brakes, and it's a full-on like John McClane hanging by his MP5 out the window in Die Hard kind of situation, where the orc is clearly struggling to pull the gun free. Laura, can you clarify for me? Is the plasma gun attached to? Does it have like a power pack, or does it have? Is it just on like yeah, it's attached to the power pack. Great,
Yeah,
that's what
so
I thought.
it's basically like it is kind of attached to me because it's
Yeah,
like
that's what I
strapped.
figured. So you're dangling free from that, unconscious and bleeding out. Your we'll say, was it your? You also have a melta gun, I believe.
Hellgun.
You have a hell gun.
I have a hell gun.
Okay. We'll say it's your. Were you wearing a helmet? I forget.
Yeah.
I know you have one. Okay. We'll say it's your helmet that falls. Valentine established at the end of last episode he heard a thump. Keep in mind, spending story points for Deus Exes means your character might survive, but I guarantee you they're not going to look the same or have the same shit coming out the other end. So your helmet falls. Valentine hears a telltale like metallic like clunk 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 and ends his prayer there. Good news
he
is
just yells for Marnie, and then he sees you dang, and he goes, "Oh wait, grab that orc!" It's just immediate left turn as he sees this twist
all right.
for him and us.
So you're dangling. Atticus, what do you do? Valentine is probably too fucked up to do much of anything as he continues to push inside bits back inside.
I don't want this thing to fire a plasma gun at us. Is there any
Swear
way?
to God, if you shoot that orc and make me fall, have a fucking
It's
fit.
an option.
Let me ask you how viable this would be, Tom. If I can grab for Marnie with one hand and shove the orc off into the chasm with the other, just a little kind of switcheroo. Is that something that I can attempt?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to need from you, sir. Well, actually, I should probably ask you which of these two. So this is a two-hand task. Which one are you using your giant power fist for? Is it grabbing Marnie or the orc?
It's going to be for the orc. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So I assume, Tyler, the skill associated with that is melee heavy. Is that correct?
Melee light.
Oh, dang.
Heavy is considered two-handed weapons in this game. I finally went and looked at it because I was like, how the fuck does that work?
Right. Okay. I got you. Okay. So we'll call this a melee light check then. And then I'm also going to need an athletics to drag Marnie up.
For the sake of visual, Tyler, just because I want to ask, are you throwing the shield aside to free up the second hand? Are you putting it behind your back?
The way I've imagined the suppression shield, and you can correct me on this, but I thought it was something that you could like deploy from your arm. Is that too science fiction-y for 40K? I don't know.
You've got a robot arm. You're a mechanicus thing. You're pretty well equipped. I mean, it's Tom's call, but
yeah, I would say largely because I just don't love the idea of you having to carry around a riot shield. We'll say it's one of those sort of telescoping ones that kind of like slots up.
Yeah.
I will
thought it would fall like just like fold out like a bounce, like a light bounce kind of thing. Just,
yeah. So it won't be. It's definitely not going to be energy. It'll just be metal because that reads as more particularly Imperium 40K for me. If we were talking like Eldar or Tau, like Tau particularly, it'd be like, yeah, it's a laser shield. But for I think the Imperium particularly for like a rank and file soldier, it would be pretty extraordinary for an guard to be handed an energy shield. So telescoping pop up. So we can
Then
say
a
as you're running it.
Say follow-up question then: is it inside the power fist arm, so your shield or fist, or is your other arm mechanical?
I've always thought of it as it's on my offhand, and I deploy it from my offhand.
Yeah, so it's a gauntlet. It's not built in. It's a we'll say it's like almost like a Mandalorian gauntlet. Like it's a big bulky metal thing that just holds the telescoping thing. Because I don't know, in terms of like I love the idea of shield or fist. But at the same time, for a guy whose whole combat style is around punching things with that giant fist, it would make no sense to me to be like, "Oh no, shit. Okay, back off. Okay, now I can punch you."
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll say offhand. That said, I do want to just flag for like all of us to keep in mind for story purposes. That does mean that there are disadvantages that come with the riot shield, i.e., if you get charged too hard, you're still squishy behind it. Like if it's not on the metal arm, it's
got its own. Yeah, it's crappy at a bunch of stuff.
Great, fantastic. So
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to clarify. Because new characters and such. Great. So go ahead and roll those, Tyler. We're gonna say for let's do athletics first, because I think you'd have to grab Marnie before you could punch
That's my
the orc.
thinking as well. Yeah, I want her as like I want to have her secured so that I can shove the other. I'm not going to shove the other guy and then try to like chase after Marnie. Yeah. Secure Marnie.
Yeah,
shove
you're not
guy
doing that
into-
weird Batman thing where like you push two people off and then somehow you fall faster because you do that like
Yeah, that's right.
aerodynamic thing.
Pencil
Yeah.
dive. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, great.
Okay, so you're looking for athletics. Okay. So
So against the knob.
God damn, I had so much iron.
Or sorry, this is just grabbing Marnie. Marnie, what is your what's your brawn?
3.
3. Okay, so let's say a difficulty of 3. Marnie's a big lady. She's also covered in armor, so this isn't an easy pull up.
yeah.
But luckily, you're a hardy and hail fellow yourself.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give you one boost because the orc is currently also kind of pulling her up by pulling on the gun. So you've got a bit of upward momentum, which is good. Yeah, I think that's probably it from me. Yeah. So 3 purple, 1 blue on my side. Anything anyone else wants to argue for?
I don't think Valentine can really
Nah.
affect this from where he's at. He's a turn of running forwards away, so this is just see how it plays out.
I'm
Right.
pretty
Alright.
unconscious, so
I'm gonna roll.
This is true.
Where would you like to fly to?
1 success, 2 advantages, 1 triumph.
Damn, man.
Had to negate a lot of failures and threats, but we got there.
Okay. That's a very solid roll, dude. Okay. So sorry, you had 2 advantage?
2 advantages, 1 success, 2 advantage, 1 triumph.
Okay. Let's hang on to those for now. We'll say you can transfer the advantage to holds moving forward for your punch.
Okay.
I want to hang on to the triumph for now because I think that's going to be important to the next roll. But the good news is with so like without threat or failure, like you grab Marnie fairly soundly with one hand, and then you just crank back with that power fist.
All right. Hopefully, this will be potentially my first melee attack that connects.
Yeah.
So
So
let me
it's
find the
melee,
dice.
which is 2 purple.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade 1 to a red. So it's 1 red, 1 purple.
Okay.
The knob has a melee defense of 1. So that adds 1 setback dice. So
Okay.
1 black. I'm also going to add a setback for the knob. you can hear the crunching of the like big tin can like can opener claw as it's dragging itself towards you. So it's not directly on you, but it's enough that like there's a concern that the knob might get in.
Okay.
From your previous advantage, you've got 2 moving forward into this.
I'll use those.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's 2 boost. You have 2 story points available because I just spent 1. We're at 2 and 3. So you can spend that to upgrade if you see fit. And yeah, I think that's that.
Okay. I would have to roll a lot of blank dice for this to go badly, given this spread. So I'm gonna hold off on the story points, I think.
That's good because we'll use one of those when you get punched off the cliff to try to save you.
Well, that's also, yeah, is like story points as reactionary safety as opposed to spending them all on a punch that might just be okay on its own.
It's your party, pal.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Fuck you. 6 successes, 4 advantages, 1 despair.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't a despair only equal to 3 failures?
But it triggers separate stuff. So
okay.
basically, yes, in as much as it will not cause the check to fail, but despair can be used on my end to trigger things the same way you can use triumph on your end to trigger things.
Got it. That's
Gift
sorry,
it
that's
to him
No,
so he
I-
has
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
success,
starting.
Yeah. Okay. So Valentine, you're watching this from your kind of like on one knee piece a little ways up. Tyler, describe this punch to me.
I would like to basically kill this orc before its feet leave the ground with a punch to just like the head. So I want to just go limp so there's as little resistance on it coming off of Marnie's person as possible.
Mhm.
So I think it's just one. I think I blindside this orc, and so it's just one giant power fist punch to the temple to hopefully just make this one go limp and just sail, just have the momentum carry it off into the chasm.
Great. So that 100% happens. You just like smack her, like just blind, just running like like getting hit by a fucking train. Just fist hits the side of the head. She goes arcing off. However, you did get that despair, unfortunately. So as she goes, her
Rough
her
grinding
fingers,
stone.
tighten around the plasma gun, and that goes with her. Valentine, you watch this happen, and you know that basically he's just punched an anchor off a cliff. You have one chance to make the shot that will separate the gun from the body and allow them to not have to all roll to try and stay together.
Yeah. I think Valentine, because seeing the orc sailing away, it's rather than shooting for the attachment, which I think is too small, he's got to shoot for the gun, because if it'll blast, then he can then it'll take itself out and clear.
Fair enough. I will point out, I was worried this might happen. So the despair is that she's holding onto the gun. The triumph from Tyler's roll is that you can take this action.
Cool. All right. So what's my difficulty, Tom?
What are you shooting with?
I got my bolt pistol, so that be
Okay.
it.
So this is gonna be a difficulty.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I understand. This is gonna be a difficulty of 4 then, because this is a hell of a shot to make.
Okay.
Given that all of the things that are happening at distance with a bolt pistol. So difficulty of 4. I'll give you 1 boost from Tyler's triumph. I think Ryan, I'm going to give you 1 boost just based on desperation. Even though you technically, if you could just escape, I think Valentine would just do that. But given that you're escaping into enemy territory, if you don't have these people with you, or at least one of them, you're pooched. And unfortunately, because Atticus is now holding on to Marnie, if that orc drops, the odds are they might all go over, which would mean you're alone in a cavern.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
So one boost for oh shit. The fun.
Yeah,
He's
the
trying
boost of
to-
self-preservation.
Yeah,
He's trying to shoot the plasma weapon to destroy it.
yes.
Yeah.
Can I reduce the difficulty with an ability of the Power Fist?
What is it?
It's called Sunder. You spend 1 advantage to activate it, and then you can basically damage enemy weapons. And since the orc is holding the plasma gun, doesn't that make it the orc's weapon?
Yep, I buy that.
So I had a pool of 4 advantage. I could spend all 4 to basically go from 1 to activate, 1 for minor damage, 1 for moderate damage, 1 for major damage. If I had a 5th one, it could just be destroyed. But could I just say that I have severely damaged this weapon to make it easier for him to finish it off?
So then, Ryan, let's upgrade. We can drop the difficulty by 1, or we can upgrade your dice by 1.
Let's drop the difficulty by 1. That feels.
The guy sitting on 6 successes and 1 despair. Drop the difficulty if you can.
Okay, so that's 3 purple then.
Yeah.
Just keep things interesting. I'm going to spend a story point to make one of those red.
Of course.
So now we're sitting at 3 and 2 in your favor.
Great.
I can spend no more story points on this action.
And I am going to spend a story point as well.
You don't say.
Because I want to give us the best odds that we can there. That's probably it. Yeah, there's nothing else. And I'm imagining having the high ground won't help me shoot a gun off a person.
I'm not George Lucas, so no.
Ah, nuts. I would have shot first. All right, let's just see what happens. 1 success, 2 advantage.
Excellent.
And the crit for a bolt pistol is 2. So crit.
Ah, fuck, I need copper bars.
So as the
Well,
orc
off to the
falls,
forest shall we go?
We'll say, yeah, as like the power fist punch, because you weren't aiming for the gun, Tyler, I think what we'll say is as you come in, it's almost like a rising hook. So you still aim for the head, but as you go through, like the gun is just in the way, so it takes damage as you punch through. The orc falls backward, swinging out into the chasm, and in kind of a classic like video game character who's wounded on the ground trying to shoot to get second wind. Valentine, you take aim and fire. The round arcs through the air, hits the damaged plasma gun, and with a resounding blast, the gun explodes, just pulping the orc and blasting Atticus back. I think as you fall backward, you pull Marnie up with you, so her unconscious body is now kind of with you in on the ground. The knob gets like tossed a little bit back and is like punching the ground in rage as his internal organs continue to liquefy. The force of the explosion causes the cavern to tremble, and you begin to see heavy rock formations dropping from the ceiling. Behind you, Valentine, you hear an earth-shattering, literally, crack as the crevice busts open, the sort of light of day spilling into the cavern, along with that beautiful fresh air that you could smell earlier. But in classic someone hit self-destruct and for some reason that makes a facility fall apart kind of ways, the cavern begins to collapse. So Atticus, it's up to you to get Marnie and Valentine out. Valentine, you could probably limp your way out.
Oh yeah, Valentine can move. He's been able to do that. Yeah, you just can't do anything.
So Atticus, for you, I think probably another athletics as the cavern begins to tremble, unless there's something else you want to make a case for.
I mean, no, athletics for physical exertion makes sense to me.
Great. So actually, I would take athletics or I'd take resilience. They're both brawn-based skills, but
Resilience.
I think athletics would be like, cool, I've got this. Throw over your shoulder, run. Resilience is the like, come on, soldier, you're not dying here. Grab and drag. It's a lot less elegant, but
No,
a little more about tenacity.
I think I'd probably go for fireman carry up over my shoulder, and because that's how you should carry someone who's incapacitated as opposed to dragging them.
Yeah, you drag them if they have their own gun and can shoot at the enemy while you're dragging.
Look, we play with characters with a wide variety of life experience, intelligence, and combat readiness. I'm just saying, I always got to ask, because in some of our games, it's a drag. It's put the gun in the unconscious person's hand and be like, cover me, and then
Put the gun in their mouth and just be like, hold on to this and drag them. Yeah.
Snarf, snarf. You know what to do.
I have my dice pool put together, but
in terms of difficulty, I'm gonna say difficulty of 3. I'm gonna give you 1 boost from Valentine. Would you be leaving, or would you be trying to guide him up and out?
Probably guiding. He needs the team with him. Yeah.
So one boost for Valentine acting as your spotter, essentially telling you when like stalactites are falling from the ceiling, whichever the ceiling ones are falling.
Yeah,
there you go.
You're correct.
But yeah.
On this planet, they're just called ceiling rocks.
Yeah, it's the ceiling rocks fall. But yeah, that's it from me. You currently have 2 story points available to you.
I'll use one since we're making an escape and trying to save players. So I'll use one.
Wise decision. Okay, great. So that's it for me. Go ahead and roll.
1, 2, 3 green dice, 3 yellow dice, 1 blue dice, only 3 purples, and it's a wash. So cool.
Very cool.
I
Like,
can never
legit,
have
like-
enough goddamn dice.
Seriously, they're like total wash.
Neutral, just wash.
Yeah, 1, 2,
Whoa.
3, 4 of my positive dice came up blank. The other ones were washed out by the difficulty dice.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Okay. So Tyler,
goddamn
Atticus gets cracked by some falling shit. Go ahead and take 3 wounds.
Does he get to soak those, Tom, or is it just 3?
Okay, I'm not taking into account your soak value unless we're having a big conversation about it. So a rock smashes off your back. It's up to you how much you shrug off based on what you've got.
Oh, I got another follower.
I'm gonna need a.
It's a shame YouTube allows you to disable
survival check from you, please.
if you want to show if you follow someone or not, so I don't get the awesome sound.
Yikes.
Star Wars sound.
All right. So what's my difficulty, Tom?
Difficulty of 2. And 1 setback because you've been out for a couple rounds. You have 1 story point available.
Yeah.
Sorry, hang on. This is a multi-system problem for me. This would be survival in another system. It should be resilience in this system.
Ooh, that's much better.
Yeah, it's
Because-
weird how they use incredibly non-specific names because you'd think survival would be about
No, survival makes sense here because it's
survivalism
like
here.
if you're out in the wilderness in this system, if you're out in the wilderness, can you build a lean? Like, can you build a like somewhere to hide? Do you know how to make a fire? Cunning. Whereas I think in D&D, survival is very much like it's cold. Can you tough through it? So yes, let's go with resilience,
Okay.
which is just how tough is your body, given that you've got a blade inside
Well,
you.
Let's find
That is
out.
nicer for her.
3 successes.
Good. Nothing changes. You're
Yay.
just not dead yet. All right. So Tyler, how much did you actually take from the falling rocks?
0.
Nice. So you quickly throw the power fist up like a cool punchy umbrella. And it kind of bangs off of that. And as you twist, you make sure you take it on kind of the metal side of you so it doesn't hit Marnie either. And then you continue your run. So last time we had it at 3 difficulty, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
This time it will be at 2 because you're making progress. 1 setback for the difficulty of carrying Marnie. one boost from Valentine calling.
But you may trust him a hair less. He's like, yeah, scare left. That's gonna be great. Rock hits you. He's like, no, sorry, I meant right. The Emperor protects.
We are currently at 0 and 5 for me. So in the interest of making sure you have points to eventually be able to spend, I'm going to upgrade one of your difficulty to a red.
Okay.
So now we're at 1 and 4, but unfortunately you can't spend that particular one on this roll.
Did we gain an extra story point in our pool?
We did. Yeah, I rolled them fresh every session. So
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep.
I thought they're cool. All right, awesome.
All right. A little better. 3 successes, 2 advantages.
Hey, attaboy. So with that, you firing. You can describe how it works, but dodging the rocks. How do you get out of here?
I like the idea of putting something up over my head to protect us from the showering rocks and stuff like that. But I think I'm carrying Marnie now. Like I've transferred over to my mechanical arm, and I've got my riot shield up over my head.
That makes
sense to me. So it's just like clattering down around over the riot shield, and I just basically, I think with it starting to collapse and stuff like that, that first like wash roll is like trying to get my feet under me, and now I'm like I've got my I was blasted back, right? So it's like I'm up now. I've got my feet under me, and now I'm just like surging forward and running up this incline.
Yeah, this is just a Publius rain shower, right? It's just
except the rocks aren't irradiated, but yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, small blessings. Praise the Emperor. Yeah. With that, you rush up the incline. Valentine, you see the two of them kind of rushing toward you. And do you lead the way or do you follow them?
I think he'd follow, because if somebody goes down, he's got to pick them up again. Like if he runs outside, he's just an injured man alone on an orc planet, which is like the world's worst strategy. So he's invested in these two survival.
Sounds good. So you begin to make your way up through the rocks. And sorry, I just want to clarify a quick rules thing. Laura, I roll the story points at the beginning of every session to find out how many the pool is going to be. I carried over our 2 from last session to this session. Gotcha. So that you would have the same amount of decision-making ability from the previous one. Just the overall pool shifted. You still had the same amount, just we had more. So sometimes we'll have more.
I just oh man, we've had like 4 for like the last like 4 sessions.
I figured this was going to be a bit of a hairy one, so it would make sense to have one more floating around. Cool. But I also didn't want to rig the deck in your favor, so I gave it to myself.
Right on.
So Valentine, stumbling out of the caverns as they collapse behind you. You hear the leader of the Knobs just yell a mighty "what," and he doesn't even get to the "og" as the rocks crush him, and as the earth itself shifts. You crawl forward onto sweet dirt again. You're back on literally terra firma. The air is fresh. There's a gentle mist rolling across the highlands of Vicodin, and you're in one of those like burnt out forests that at one point would have been very lush and green, but now is kind of like the beginning of Rise of Skywalker, which apparently was Mustafar, which makes no sense to me because that's a lava planet. But just like burnt out trees in kind of a classic World War II no man's land kind of way. Behind you, Atticus, grunting with exertion, but in a very like I think professional way. Like it's like I feel like Tyler, you're a pretty hardy and hale guy, so it's been a lot of exertion, but it's like watching any pro athlete who's like been at it for a while and like they're tired, but in a really like efficient and functional way. Whereas like me, I'm tired and I'm like, I'm just going to fall over and die now. Whereas you, it's just kind of like, yes, this has been a long period of being on the basketball court, but I got more ahead. So just, off we go. Yeah. Marnie, what do you mutter unconsciously as you're kind of jostled and pulled forward? Laura, you're on mute.
Thanks. Oh, I think without really having an awareness of her surroundings, it's just like a fucking orcs. Kill them, fuck.
Yep.
It's like praise the emperor.
As
Like,
blood,
damn, I need to
rolls down
shave.
your chin and
Yeah.
like soaks
Ah.
soaks into the top of your armor. Great. So with that, Valentine, you lead the party up above ground, and you can feel the ground rumbling, not just from the collapse, but from the orc war trucks that you can see rolling directly towards your position. What do you say?
How far away are they coming towards us? Like, what's our window here, Tom?
They're not like right on you, but they're close to being on you.
All right, well, I believe the first step will be getting the hell out of the way of the war trucks, and the second will be dealing with Marnie.
So if they've come out of this, and I'm imagining it's kind of like mountain rangey behind them, or it's trees in front of us, or what's
it's sort of trees on all sides, but you are near, like you're not directly in the path. Like it's not like you open a manhole cover and you're like, oh no, cars in New York. But you're kind of a couple meters away from what seems to be a thoroughfare for these orc war tracks. So they are, I don't know, we'll say 15 meters away. They're not looking at you. It's not like they're like, look at those guys. But you can see them rumbling toward you.
Oh, if they're that close, he's like, we need to hide right now.
just like fucking find cover. Like, is there a ditch? Is there somewhere they
Yeah,
can
100%. I mean, the nice thing is this is, again, a burnt out forest. There's enough stuff that you can hide behind. So the three of you quickly duck behind some trees as the vehicles begin to move towards you. And with them, the promise of finally making it to some medical aid. Perhaps saving Marnie, maybe saving Valentine, and in the long run, maybe even saving the Emperor.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as
Well,
Inquisitor Lucius Valentine.
Just when I wrote it in chat.
Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Atticus Vase. Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as
Several
Marnie
hours
Schwarzenberger.
waiting in queue for a dungeon, and then suddenly it pops up.
On Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. We have merchandise available at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice. And most importantly, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator, and death to all the heretics.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christian Menicola, Long Long, the Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, Charles Grams, Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Lord of Bradovic, Noel Lewis, Scott Garland, Anthony Griffin, Chet Awesome Laser, Jordan Neesmith, Benjamin V, Gavin and Abby McDonald, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.
Okay, next episode.
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and Tyler Hewitt as Atticus Vase. My report shows that the Inquisitorial band barely escaped the caverns. Marnie was saved by her enemies and allies. Atticus hauled her clear, and Valentine used his bolt pistol to contribute from behind. Can they successfully steal an orc truck and get back to Imperial territory? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
From a frontline report, Planet Vicodin. Yeah, so the orcs have gotten kind of inventive about the sorts of machines they're using. As with greenskins in general, we kind of expected a few of their normal vehicles, the war tracks and buggies and such, but it would seem they've gotten a little bit inventive with some of their stuff. So all I'm saying is just be on the lookout, because man, those snaz wagons pack a punch. You are hiding behind a collection of felled trees, and we'll say like a burnt out, I don't know, like some kind of harvesting machine. Vicodin itself, as an imperial world, isn't actually that technologically advanced. The plant that produces Glasgow Vicodin's product is, but the society around it isn't. So it's almost you can think like a kind of a medieval machine for helping to take down trees, that by imperial standards would actually be very rudimentary. It'd kind of be like, oh, that's cool, you've got an axe on a hinge. That kind of level of like a wood chipper mixed with that kind of thing. It's old and rusted out and kind of covered in greenery because it's been here for a long time. But it's enough cover for the three of you to be safely sheltered from the road. Now, Marnie is in critical condition, obviously. She's in bad shape. Your goal right now is to make it to Firebase Forward Operating Base Charlie, to find Dr. Celeste Eris, who Vis remembers as a somewhat business-minded and straightforward doctor who might not be as wrapped up in the bullshit of what's going on.
Too busy to ask questions.
Absolutely. Also, Atticus, as someone who keeps a pretty good eye on the people who are efficient and are more focused on making sure the job is done well. You know that this is the kind of doctor you can trust, and your faith in the overall sort of mechanism of this this army and this war has been pretty shaken. So seemingly a trustworthy person. Also, I think the reality of what occurred to you prior to falling into the cavern is now somewhat more real. And it's in a weird way, you're almost on vacation or in Wonderland, in that you were underground and things were very different. But now that you're back above ground, the stark reality that the skull crawlers turned on you is somewhat more pressing. But in the meantime, all that matters is getting a vehicle and getting to Forward Operating Base Charlie, FOB Charlie. So the convoy is, again, close, but far enough away that you're able to kind of scurry to safety. Your two most pressing concerns are to get a vehicle, because FOB Charlie is not close. It's close-ish, but it's not close. And you'll have to basically cross the battlefield to get there. Also, both Marnie and Valentine are pretty fucked up. So I would say you have a few moments to plan as the orcs come rumbling towards you.
Welcome back, Outposts.
How many vehicles are there?
It's kind of hard to tell. Unfortunately, orc vehicles are bad at not casting like exhaust and kicking up dirt. You can see two war tracks out in front, which are kind of think almost a if you crossed a motorcycle with kind of a flat back. So like essentially there's a driver up front, single wheel, and then tracks behind it, with an orc with like a heavy bolter type weapon, so like a big shooter. So there's two of those up front. What Atticus and Marnie, well, I mean, Marnie's out. Atticus, what you would know is traditionally in an orc convoy, you're going to see war buggies, which are kind of like if you cleave the top off of like a four-wheel dune buggy, and again put a big gun on it and had a little driver with small guns. War tracks are glorified bikes, so bikes but with a flat track behind them. But behind them you can see larger vehicles. For the three of you, either of these vehicles would be a tight fit, but some of the ones that are clearly in the middle might be a better thing. Plus, again, you're going to have to cut across a war zone in order to get to the FOB. So you won't get a proper look at these until they're a bit closer, unless you want to try and roll me a check. But
yeah, I'll roll a check to see if I can figure out what these vehicles are.
Sure. So are you just using your eyes? Do you have any tech you want to use? What? How do you think you'd go
see or anything
okay.
like that?
So
I've got robot eyes if I'm looking, and I would be.
Okay, so then Tyler, let's say you're helping Valentine. So I guess the scene then is the two
We
of
should
you
probably get some
kind of drag Marnie to
mana
safety
potions.
for a moment, and then the two
Oh,
of
we
you
have a
confer
mage.
about how you want to approach this. So let's do that, and then we'll do the roll. And Tyler, I think we'll say that Atticus is assisting Valentine, who's using his robot eyes to see. But Valentine, you'd probably have to instruct him on that. So what do you say to him?
Well, clearly we're not equipped to battle an entire convoy, so we're going to need some sort of vehicle towards the end. We need something with an exposed driver, because odds are if we can take out an orc driver,
Where is it you would like to go,
the rest of the convoy
For
will
just a
abandon
few
them. They
coin,
like to
my
go
griffins
fast.
can
It's
get
one
you
of their
there
primary
faster
interests.
than even the swiftest
Something
horse.
with an exposed gunner would be ideal. It's the trade-off. We need to be able to stop something, but also have it protect us when it continues driving onwards.
Right. Let's see here. Well, we've got some trees we could.
Are they using roadways, or are they just kind of driving wherever they feel like?
They're driving. It's a roadway in as much as vehicles have clearly driven through it for a while, but it is it's not a cleared path.
Okay.
So similar to, I mean, the only real example I have in my head is like a bike trail.
The radio hearing game is not open yet.
A bit of a muddy, dirty pathway, but it's certainly not clean. And admittedly,
Anyways,
based on the kind of burnt out
if I
nature of
would
this
play
forest,
music,
there's still trees
my
standing,
mod in this video would be shut down.
they're
So
bereft of greenery, but there are still trunks everywhere. So creating a blockade of some sort or trying to drop these things is definitely possible. Also, these aren't like,
I can listen to it through the web stream, but not in game yet.
Like big heavy trees. These are kind of smaller, like the only example I have in my head is like a birch, but like you couldn't quite get your hands around it, but it's that smaller trunk tree. So also very easy to just like knock over if you need to. Like this isn't like we have to uproot it and dump it. It's not old growth forest. It's like relatively smallish forest that's been burnt out and stunted by the warfare.
I'm sure Marnie's like burnt shit down.
Oh, 100%.
In
So
her
have the
10
orcs
years.
and like, yeah,
Here.
again, like this is, it really is kind of that, mud of France situation where it's like, cool, these trees are still up. They're mostly dead. You know?
Right, so they clearly roll through here, this pathway right here. If we knock down a couple of trees, we could perhaps get them to drive single file through a gap and take out one of the vehicles on this side of the blockade while the others move along. Might not even notice.
All right, yes, that's a good plan. If we create some kind of enfilade so they can only go through it single file, the trick will be we can only afford to attack the last or second last vehicle. If we draw the attention of the whole convoy, we are, to put it lightly, completely chucked. There's no point, just chuffed to the end. So Marnie can't move, I can't run, and they have vehicles.
On that note, you can run a Medicaid check on Marnie to help stabilize her if you want. Laura, I am going to need a resilience check from you if you wouldn't mind.
Resilience check, cool.
I'll trust you to do the honors with the convoy. I'll try to keep Marnie from bleeding out from the giant axe stuck in her chest.
Yes, sir, you can count on me.
And I'll go to work just like punching trees down.
Okay,
to basically create a choke point so that vehicles can only pass through one at a time.
Love it.
To obscure what's on the other side of these trees so that the last vehicle we attack can't be seen clearly by the ones that have gone through.
Okay. So before we roll the Medicaid check, Ryan, what I need from you is a perception check. Difficulty. What do your mechanical eyes do in terms of what's your elf eyes see in terms of?
I remove a challenge dice on perception or vigilance due to environment.
Great. Okay.
I do that for visual and for hearing because I also have robot ears.
I would say my way of helping is in the way that you explained to me, Tom, what these orc convoys typically consist of. I'd be listing those off for him to be able to spot.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. So Ryan, I was going to give you a difficulty of 4 because of all the like dirt and fire and everything else. Not fire. Just the difficulty of again, the best way to think of this is when you see like the Immortan Joe's convoy in
so the dust cloud.
Road, just dust and like black exhaust, just like
to log in
again,
to the forums to see if anyone responded to my troll posts about the Russians.
So just a real dirty convoy. So that said, when you click on your optics, a lot of that, like even if it's just heat signatures, you can see very clearly what these things are, but you're also not aware of what's necessarily on the ground. So that's where Atticus comes in. So with your optics, you can drop it to 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a boost. So 1 boost from the kind of advice that
no one has responded.
give you. I think that's probably it from my end. Anything else you want to argue for?
No, I feel like that's probably it. They'd be too far away to use the aspects or any of the stuff that he'd normally use to help him with any kind of perception. So I think this is just see what he can see. Also, it's not like they get to choose the order they go through the fucking gap. So
Yep, totally.
3 successes, 1 advantage.
Great.
Nice.
Okay, so
can I pass the advantage? Oh no, it costs more than 1 advantage to pass advantage, right?
You can spend an advantage to pass to the next turn.
Great. I would like to.
Yes.
Can I pass the advantage to Tyler? Because from what I've seen of the convoy, he can build a more accurate barricade.
Absolutely. Also, Marnie doesn't get a turn. So yes.
Dope.
Technically, you can't pass it to a player, but
am I not going to be resilient?
I mean, yeah, I'm just not counting that as a turn because I'm nice.
Oh, that's
Don't
really
want to
nice.
burn a full turn on like, oh no, sorry, man. You being like, there's 10 vehicles, and Marty's like, I feel better. This feels good.
I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet. But in the grim darkness of the future, aren't we all the Walking Dead? Okay, so there are we're gonna say 5 vehicles in the convoy. You have 2 war tracks up front. War tracks up front. Again, highly exposed. Not the fastest, but kind of a good support vehicle. Behind them, there's a war buggy for support. Beyond that, you see a fairly armored, but kind of low to the ground vehicle that I think you would probably equate to almost like the kind of vehicle, like almost an armored limo, like the kind of thing that you would imagine VIPs traveling around in worlds where ground travel is more common than skimmers. And behind that is a final war buggy kind of protecting the armored vehicle. From a quick analysis standpoint, Valentine, all of these are fairly exposed. One of your concerns is if you have to cut across the battlefield, you'll likely be taking fire from both the imps and from the orcs. So armored vehicles, the best case, it is the second last vehicle. So you'd have to also deal with the war track behind it. But odds are that would be your best chance for getting yourself, who's pretty badly wounded, and the unconscious woman through.
So I think he'd lay out some kind of clear orders then on the scale of things, which is like, we got to set up the barricade.
But I'd like to make an addition to this plan, Atticus. Is there a way where you could perhaps fold it in? Let's just say design a barricade that we could shut completely to trap vehicles on our side and split them off from their protectors. Because if we could leave the armored vehicle I think the back vehicle is just going to be, for lack of a better term,
Okay then.
a
I have
problem.
to make my
But we
way
can
all the
storm the
way.
war truck. So let the armored vehicle come in, trap it so it's with us, leave the others on the other side. We storm, we take it, we take the war buggy, that kind of thing.
Make
Yeah,
my
yeah,
way
we
to
could do
detention.
something like that. I don't see why I can't just set up the barricade, wait off to the side, and then punch it closed, so to speak, when the
Wonderful.
time comes. Now, just so I'm clear, which vehicle do we want to procure, and which one do we want to make sure can't follow us?
So we need to let the convoy pass through. There are 2 war tracks in the front. They go through. There is a
Right.
war buggy of some kind. It goes through. Then
Right,
we
right.
shut it. We want to take the, for lack of a better term, armored, I don't know, orcmo, if we want to use limousine, but in a term of orcs, an orcazine. That's ours. We want to ride that because we can put ourselves inside it and remain safe. Then there is an exposed war buggy. My thought is, shut it. I will shoot the gunner on the war buggies so that we don't get hit with whatever their equivalent of heavy bolter fire is. And then you can storm towards the limo and I'll come from my side in some sort of pincer movement.
Atticus, you would recognize what he's describing as a boomdaka snaz wagon, which is unfortunately on this planet, because of Vicodin's operation, a not uncommon sight, which is a repurposed luxury vehicle that has been retrofitted. And yes, from your experience, like it's as close to a tank as a car can get. So a good, also heavily armored, heavily armed as well. So a good bet. Also not something you want chasing you. So that tracks. In terms of numbers, just to make this easier for us, the war tracks are 1 and 2. So they're the first 2 vehicles. They're riding side by side. Vehicle number 3 is the war buggy, which is the 4x4 all-terrain. Just a fucking think a orc equivalent of a warthog in Halo.
Yes.
It's a
Boomdaka
flatbed
Snaz
truck
wagon.
with a 50 cal on the hood. That's all it is. They're super simple vehicles.
Yeah, with
Thank you.
like all-terrain tires. So like the war tracks are closer to like if you cut the back off a motorcycle and added like a rear red wagon or like part of a flatbed. Super simple. The war buggy is a bit bigger, a little more all-terrain, a little more like a warthog. And then the Boomdaka Snaz wagon is an armored limo with a big gun on top. So 4 and 5 are the 2 targets you're trying to take. 4 is the one you want to drive. 5 is the one you want to neutralize. Is that correct?
Yes.
Great.
So the rough assault plan, unless you've got any notes, Atticus, you lock it shut. I'll shoot the gunner on the war buggy. Then you storm in on the first one, close up, and I'll come in from our side. We need to take the vehicle out quickly. Unfortunately, closer is better when they are heavily armed.
Close is best, in my opinion.
A man after my own heart. I do have a strange suggestion for this, and I apologize for this in advance, but orcs are more likely to be less involved if they believe we are orcs. So instead of your usual battle cries, please replace the word emperor with gork and mork. And instead of other battle cries, if you could just yell a good old hua as you storm in. Perhaps that could buy us a few seconds as they believe you are an orc yourself.
Wah.
War.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
I could do that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What is
we'll be
it good
back
for? Specifically this.
Yeah, we'll be back for the regular infantry primer materials later, but for now, we will pretend to be orcs.
Oh, wow.
I just want to give Ryan full points for wheatening his hua.
Now, go
Cool.
set up the barricade. I need to keep Marnie from dying.
Yeah, Marnie, go ahead and roll
Yes,
that check,
sir.
please.
All right, what's my difficulty?
You've been unconscious now for 3 rounds. So the last one was 3. We're gonna make this one 4.
The last one was 2.
Oh, then this one's 3. Great.
Cool.
I was hoping it was. I just didn't write it down, so I was like,
Can I is the plasma gun like broken and still in my hands, or did it get like
It exploded.
it exploded?
if you want to think about it as like it was attached to your backpack through like that heavy cable that attaches it to the power source. When the gun blew, that's just like a flapping cable now. So
Okay.
why do you ask?
I was just wondering if I can like add something just for like Marnie kind of like drifting and kind of feeling her empty hands and just like this like rage that her plasma gun is not with her.
I mean, I kind of love that. So sure. You again, we've established like you're mortally injured, but you're also a tank. So like you're just drifting like on the edge of consciousness. And I think well, maybe we'll say that your like end game was always I'll just overload the gun and like that'll be my you defeated me, but go fuck yourself moment.
Yeah.
So you're just feeling around for it, and your hand closes around a broken tube. And it fills you with rage. So you need to get back up so you can punch an orc to death before you die.
Yeah, 100%.
So sure, yeah, let's give you one boost for that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thanks.
Love it. Very good, Laura.
All right, rolling. 1 success, 1 advantage.
Great. Okay, what are you at wound wise right now?
I mean, like,
0.
Yeah, I got nothing left. I'm like 3 beyond my threshold.
So -3.
That ain't great.
-3, yeah.
Okay. I think what we'll say instead then is we can pass 1 boost forward to Ryan on his Medicaid roll because
Cool.
Of your unending rage and your desire to come back from the grave to be mad. Cool. So Ryan, go ahead and roll Medicaid, please. Difficulty is going to be 3 because that's how many rounds she's been out. You get a boost for her rage.
Nice.
Is there anything else you want to make a case for?
I do have my auspex, which can be used to scan things nearby to spot issues or problems or whatever. Could I use that in a way that would assist with this? It wouldn't solve the problem, but it would help me ID problems or at least prioritize theoretically.
In this case, I'm going to say no, because the way I've always conceived of the auspices since I painted them back in the day is, and I think we've talked about this as less a Star Trek tricorder and more like a battlefield awareness piece. I don't think running it over her body would help much. Also, her problem is very clear. It's the choppa buried deep into her chest. So the good news is you don't need to run a bunch of diagnostics on that because like
yeah, but I can't take it out.
No. But it does mean that you're not trying to ascertain the problem.
Yeah,
but also, I just also want to stay as true as we can to like 40K tech being weird. And I imagine there would be an auspice that could likely do this.
Yeah,
I just don't think it would
that
be
makes
yours.
sense to me.
That said, I would maybe give you a boost for using Eugene as essentially like your medical aid, hovering around and like weirdly, I feel like a servo skull would likely be helpful in this, even if it's just handing you shit in a way an auspice wouldn't. So you can take 1 boost for Eugene if you want to bring him out.
Yeah, he'd be fine with that because I mean, his like they're clear of enemy for now. So yes, he'd use whatever he could to try to keep her kicking.
Cool. So take one boost for Eugene.
Great. What's our story point situation?
We are sitting, I believe, at 1 and 4 in my favor.
Oh, hard pass. I'm not using that. We're just going to see what happens. Also, Valentine's not great at Medicaid. He's never been great at Medicaid. We're not going to make him great at Medicaid. We're just going to see what happens.
I'm going to burn 1 to upgrade your dice because I don't want to sit on these for too long. We'll say that one is specifically around the fact that you can't actually address the main issue, which is the blade in her.
The giant axe in the human.
So it's,
All right, let's see what happens here.
Marnie, I'm sorry about this. I don't entirely know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do the best. And you know what? The Emperor always demands the best. And that's why I'm feeling pretty good about how this is going to go.
1 success, 1 advantage.
As you begin to futz with this, you remember watching Alto work with Dr. Cleaver, and you kind of even though he's gone, you have kind of a brief moment of the Emperor always puts the right people in the right place in the right time. Yeah, you're able to delay death by futzing around. So Laura, your next check will be at the same difficulty as this one was. So it hasn't gotten worse, but it also hasn't got better, if that makes sense.
All right.
Tom.
Yes, sir.
As he's looking at her and he's going through this and dealing with everything, over that process, I would like to have removed her backpack so he could see like the injuries better and that kind of things. And then he looks at the backpack and he goes, "Oh my God, Emperor, I can't believe this. Marnie, you're going to hate this later, but you're asleep right now, and I hope you'll be awake to hate me." And he runs over to Atticus. He's like, "Do you ever watch Throne Ball?"
No.
Okay, well, have you ever heard of the fastball special? It's when someone throws something and then someone else shoots it and then it explodes.
Oh, yeah, we got something like that here, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Inside this backpack is a plasma generator. And you know what we need to do? Destroy a war buggy. What I'm thinking is, drop your thing, barricade comes down, you toss it, I shoot it, boom, boom, no more war buggy, storm the limo. We take it, snazdacker, whatever the fuck, off we go.
Well, that's inspired, so I bloody love it.
And I love you. Now, you take this. The Emperor loves us all. Let's be orcs. Hide well. And then he'll just like flash a sign of the Aquila and then dash back over to like really fucking hide Marnie and himself.
Okay, hang on a hot second here. What does flashing the sign with the Aquila look like? You kind of held your hands up in like a
well, I mean, here's the problem, Tom. Canonically, no one's ever described it well enough.
But people throw it, like people throw up the sign of the Aquila in novels?
Yeah, all the time. They even sometimes
like
they
that?
just flash the wing and they talk about just doing this as a religious sign, which is half the Aquila.
Okay, well, I like Laura's.
If it's up to me, I think it's thumbs
like you're at
crossed
the end
with the
of
two
fucking
heads.
Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Okay, love it.
For me, I cross the thumbs because I think it gives you two heads.
Look,
So
yeah, I dig that. All I'm saying is I'm very proud of us for being the first live action Warhammer 40K Aquila sign throw up. When they do it in the Eisenhorn series, we can all be like, okay, we did it first. And then Games Workshop sues us into the ground. We disappear. But till then,
Yeah.
love it. Okay, great. So you throw up the sign of the Aquila. Just wanted to clarify that because I was like, what? And you go to take your places.
Oh yeah, for people who know nothing, the symbol of the Imperium is a two-headed eagle. It's kind of Nazi-ish, which is not great, but it's a hand equivalent of that.
Because they're space fascists. We've established this.
Yeah.
It's in the logo of the show if you need to find it. And for those of you just listening, not watching, the visual version we've come up with is crossing your hands with your fingers together so they look a little bit like wings. And then your thumbs are like the little heads of the eagle. It actually works really well.
Yeah,
it's just the first time Ryan did it, he
facing
did it
chest.
below his mic, and it looked like he was throwing like a weird like Weezer logo up. Like it wasn't
Just a
West
W,
Side,
yeah.
It was just like W with wings. And I was like, I hope that's it.
It's because I was gonna do it, and I realized I was just gonna hit my mic completely out of frame if I tried. So we solved it.
So the moral of the story is praise the Emperor, all's well that ends well. I need stealth checks from both you boys because the orcs are distracted. So this isn't like a hard check, but it is something we need to sort out. We're gonna say difficulty of 2. They would be on the lookout, but also this is a pretty standard, like you're behind enemy lines, so it's their territory. Actually, I'm going to drop this to a 1. You're behind enemy lines, it's their territory, and this is a place they drive through constantly without harassment. The 1 is really only because Marnie has created enough of a boogeyman story that they're worried about Schwarzenberger just being here somewhere.
Cool.
You have 2 story points
For Valentine.
for you guys.
To try to pitch, I think Valentine would set himself and Marnie up so that they'd look like corpses beside the road. So even if they did get spotted, people would just be like, dead humans.
Cool. I'll give you a boost for that. I'll also give you a boost for your auspics in this case because ping, 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 beep, beep, beep. They're in the vents.
We get time to know.
Atticus, I'm going to give you a boost just for you've been on this battlefield for a bit. You know this sort of stuff. This is actually like a weirdly normal day for you. So it's actually a fairly common maneuver. Is there anything else you would argue for on your roll?
I was thinking the finishing touch on the barricade would be to set it on fire.
Nice.
Sort of a Joker convoy flaming fire truck situation.
You had me at Joker convoy flaming fire truck.
My
The
hope is
sentence
that
you
that
just said.
draws the eye away from any shortcomings in Atticus's camouflage.
Okay. So unclear about how the barricade's going to work. You want to set the barricade on fire before
It's basically
you
a
punch it open?
flaming funnel. So you don't want to drive through it or touch it or anything like that because it's fire. But there is like
Right.
negative space between it that you can go through single file.
And then the plan will be to drop a final piece down to block them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you justify the fire? Not in terms of how Atticus would set it, but for the, I mean, I guess it's a war zone, so it could just be like, here's random fire. Because like on Joker barricade, it's like, well, the Joker set these fires to bottleneck us. Would you try and do anything to make it seem random, or are you just committed to like, there's just fire here?
No, I would say I would assume that the day-to-day lives of orcs is chaotic enough that
Great.
random fire is not
Nope, I love it. Works for me.
not something to like hold up.
Okay,
This
great.
fire wasn't here yesterday.
Otacon, I'm standing around some fires. I need full support from my orcs I have in my earpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sure, I'd buy that.
All right. Does that
so
confer any
add-
additional advantage?
Yeah,
Or-
absolutely. So give yourself another boost.
Does that apply to both of us because it's a giant fire?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Yay.
I think that's probably it from my end then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I get.
I don't got a lot going on, so I'm hoping those boost die. carry me
Tyler, you
over the
do
finish
have
line.
2 story points if you want to use them. I would
I
again.
think I'm about to need them for if this goes wrong.
We have to fight multiple vehicles full of
Yeah.
orcs. I've
okay.
got
In that
two
case, no, go ahead. You already rolled. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I got 2 success and 3 advantage for Marnie and I.
I got 3 advantages, 1 failure.
Okay. So the orc convoy comes rolling through, just blasting cool orc tunes out of there's I guess given orc parlance, speakers. So they're listening to like a Carly Rae Jepsen song that's like vaguely orcified. It's really upbeat. Honestly, the orcs know how to party. So they're driving through, and the 2 war tracks up at the front come through one at a time. But the second war buggy is starting to come through, and as the war tracks kind of continue on, the buggy actually stops in the bottleneck. And you hear someone say, "Hang on, everyone, hang on. Sorry, it's me, Zigzag Zork from Firewatch. It's very important to the boss that we make sure that there aren't just random fires here. So I'm just gonna stay and put out the fire. You boys go on ahead. Sorry, buds. You're gonna have to hang on a second. Just gonna put these fires out, okay? Okay. This is. Wait a minute. Who the fuck is that?
Tree down on buggy in the barricade. If he's the last guy before the vehicle we need, crushing him. I don't give a fuck.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter as Atticus Vase, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and our Game Master Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentine Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ads use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar. JAHZZAR. Available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. We have merchandise available at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice. And most importantly, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator, and death to all the heretics.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christian Menicola, Long, the Half-Blind Prophet, James Cuellar, Charles Grams, Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, One True Artistry, Orion Birchfield, Lord of Bradovic, Noel Lewis, Scott Garland, Anthony Griffin, Chet Awesome Laser, Jordan Neesmith, Benjamin V, Gavin and Abby McDonald, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.
back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor
So
Caveat
that I had to
Ventus, keeper
speak
of the
with my
Inquisition's
wife a little about the
and
upcoming
thus, this is my
vacation.
report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast.
I'm gonna drive
the
a
Genesis
lot this
adaptation
summer
of Warhammer
to my
40,000
family in North
Stark
Norway.
Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and Tyler Hewitt as Atticus Face. My report shows that the Inquisitorial band ambushed an orc convoy. Marnie stubbornly clung to life. Valentine plans to use her backpack as an improvised explosive, and Atticus triggered the strike when things went wrong. Can they steal a vehicle, or will they be slaughtered in the attempt? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
On the subject of Boomdacus Nazwagons, from a captured orc design document. All right, so I'm thinking we had some armor plates on top of the armored plates, because, yo, dog, I heard you liked armored plates, so I'm thinking we put some armored plates on the armored plates. And then I'm thinking a big gun for shooting, like a big shooter. I'm thinking maybe a mech special, so we can make the pew pew pews that will make our enemies go kaboom and oh god, my insides on my outsides and I'm dead. So this is my dream. I just need you to get me a car
Welcome
first
back,
that I
Taro.
could do this to. Okay? Okay. And a big red stamp that says, "Oi, approved." Atticus, you punch a tree. Fuck that tree, you Fern Gully motherfucker. Down it goes. Crashing on the war truck. Unfortunately, because you've been seen, you are under fire. So I need you to roll, please, a...
So you mean he's under fire?
Yes. Thank you, Laura. Yes.
IYA.
Yeah. It's just a regular festival of fire.
So I love freaking orc talk. Right?
It's the best. They're the best. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll just roll against you rather than making you roll dice. That seems like a thing I can do. So 1 second as I pull this up. And Tyler, I'm going to say because you were caught while trying to be stealthy, this unfortunately isn't a situation where you can pop the shield immediately. It's more of a Metal Gear. So Genesis died.
But you did drop a tree on a truck, which is pretty dope. So I feel like if you had to choose, you made the right tactical
This shakes out correctly for all involved. Okay, so the orcs are firing with right. So they're going. I'm going to spend 1 story point to give myself some boosts here.
Tyler, what be your defense from ranged?
1.
1, so that's
Without
1 setback
my
for
shield.
me. Okay, and I'm gonna give you 1 boost, 1 setback for me, because there's fire everywhere. Cool. So I'm rolling 2 green, 1 yellow against 3 purple, 2 black. Currently, we're sitting at 3 and 2 in terms of story points. Tyler, did you want to spend 1 to make this harder for the orcs who are shooting?
No, I'm gonna need it in a minute for another thing. So
1 success, 1 threat. So that is going to be 9 damage minus whatever your soak is.
Ooh.
But you will get, you or Ryan, whoever acts first, will get 1 point of boost to your next roll because they rolled a threat. So the tree comes down, hits the war buggy. I'm going to need you, please, to roll me a melee light difficulty of 2. No, I'm gonna say difficulty 1 because you're just punching a thing you'd already set up. You can add a boost for this being the plan. I'm gonna add 1 setback for being shot at. The orcs sound like dogs.
Borks. You heard it here, folks. Borks.
So yes, after the sound of borks, as you pointed out so aptly, Tyler, yes, you have your dice pool. And this is for not regardless the tree goes down, we're just determining how much damage it does to the war track when it does.
Okay.
Or sorry, the
I'm
war
ready to roll.
buggy.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, okay. These are the kinds of rolls I'm expecting, okay? This is what I want. That's 8 successes, 1 triumph.
Describe what happens.
It's a large, like, top-heavy tree, and it drops. And how much, like, carte blanche do I have here, Tom?
This buggy ain't surviving this turn, so full carte blanche.
Great.
The blanchest of all carts.
The ground where the tree like slams into the buggy is actually somewhat unstable due to the cave-in that occurred below, and the earth just opens up and the buggy drops.
Amazing. The good news is the tracks have continued to drive. They've got a mission. They're following the instructions of that very polite orc who just died. All he wanted to do was prevent forest fires. So yeah, the track falls into the cavern. Deep underground, crawling forward with a metallic claw. The knob champion has a single-minded purpose of he's been hit by rocks, he's watched his friends die, and he will find and kill that woman. And then suddenly, like, the war track just crashes into him and crushes him, and together they all tumble down into the abyss, Balrog and Gandalf style. It's a bad day to be a knob. Great. So with that, the trap is sprung. It is perhaps even better than you intended because now there's a sinkhole. They will say it's caved in, so it's not like just a gaping hole into the distance, into like the depths of the earth. But has taken out that war buggy entirely, has also created an impassable thing. So you watch the Boomdaka Snazwagon step on the gas and just smash directly into this and kind of tilt up awkwardly. And you hear a lot of orcish cries about stability. Valentine, what do you do?
Valentine will pop his refractor field because he doesn't want to die.
You don't say.
Yeah, and he'll also, I guess he'll take aim and shoot the gunner on the war buggy that will now be aiming directly away from him. So turning whatever protection it had to shoot at Atticus, he would just like to.
And like it had like a capital T's worth of. Like,
yeah.
Like it was little to begin with, but sure, go ahead. We're gonna say you're close enough because obviously you wouldn't spring a trap like far away from you for something like this. No. So this is a difficulty of 2. It's fairly close. You have currently 3 story points available to you. I'm gonna give you an extra point of advantage, or so not advantage, of boost, based on the fact that the woods are on fire and a buggy just disappeared, which is very distracting. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's any setback from my end because you're just literally shooting a guy in the back while he looks at a distracting thing.
Yeah, let's roll them bones. Let's see what happens here.
Like, generally speaking, if I feel like me as Tom McGee, a human who's never shot a gun, could make that shot based on how easy it is, I shouldn't really penalize a professional.
1 success and 3 advantage.
Pop. So I assume you're going to activate your critical with either the triumph or your advantage.
Yeah, I'll activate the crit because that takes 2. So yeah, I'll burn my
2 advantage or just 1 triumph. You can burn the triumph to do it automatically.
Oh, it's 3 advantage is a triumph.
No, the triumph is just better.
I
at
have 1
things.
success and 3 advantage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a triumph.
No.
Never mind.
So I'll use 2 of my advantage to pop that crit.
This is the right call. Okay. Explain what happens to the orc on the gun.
I think it's finally he's in position. He's had a chance to aim. Valentine can go back to the training that he's always had, and it's nice because he's prone. Like he's in position as he was back in the asteroid, Scala Progenium back in the day. Then he's just imagining his instructor's voice in his ear. It's just
Tight groupings of 3, boy. Tight groupings of 3. That's how you put down the Emperor's foes.
and he's just like having a pleasant moment, and he looks over at Eugene and winks like he did back in the day. And then it's just 3 gentle squeezes, not pulls, of the trigger. And he just hits him in a textbook triangle. It's just torso, head. Just almost
The John Wick
fast enough to
special.
be yeah.
Great.
Nice.
And then the orc just falls down, but his hands are still on the trigger, so it does that thing where the gun and the pintle mount's just shooting into the air. So
Great. As the gun begins to fire into the air, Tyler, you yell your trademark battle cry based on what Valentine told you, and what do you do?
I shout,
For Mork and Gork! Bwah!
and I will overhand throw the satchel containing the was it a plasma pack?
Plasma pack,
Yeah.
yeah. So gonna need athletics from you there, dude. Ryan, you used up all. You have 1 remaining advantage.
yes.
So add 1 boost, Tyler, to your throw. We're gonna say this is a difficulty of like you're just trying to get it close enough to shoot, right? Like it doesn't. He's not trying to like land it on the vehicle, then you're gonna shoot it. You're just trying to use it as a.
He just needs it
Yeah.
somewhere near enough the explosion will catch the vehicle and Valentine can shoot it. That's the whole goal.
Yeah. So this is a difficulty of 1. It's a plasma pack. You can get it close enough. Kaboom. I'm gonna give you 1 boost for the fun of getting to pretend to be an orc. I think you like fighting, so it's just a nice moment of like, what, I'm about to do this cool thing. In you go. That's all I got. Anyone want to spend anything?
Nope.
No, I already passed the advantage, which I think will just be from a slackening of fire. Like the war buggy is now shooting into the air, and the driver gets sprayed with goo and looks back instead of shooting at you as inaccurately as orcs normally do. But it's just the gun keeps shooting, but it's like drifting to the right away from you as he looks back to see his gunners down.
Sounds good. All right, Tyler, go ahead.
5 successes, 4 advantages, 1 triumph.
I think you might put it in the buggy.
That's bad. We can't shoot it now.
So you toss it, and it's a perfect lob. In slow motion, the plasma pack just sort of arcs through the air, and Valentine, having just shot the gunner, you start to raise your gun, and I think you're in full Han Solo. Like you've got the stabilizing arm out. Like this is such an important shot to have to make. But Atticus Vis is really fucking good at this, and as the plasma pack arcs through the air, the dead orc on the gimbaled gun just continues to drift to the side, and right as the pack arcs kind of into the vehicle, the big shooter turns, firing wildly, and hits it. And as a result, at point blank, the war track explodes in a burst of plasmatic energy that blasts the Boomdecka Snazwagon into the sinkhole. So just cranks up on that hilarious 45-degree angle, which is good because it throws everyone inside forward. And the mech special, which is a tremendously big shooter on top, the gunner bashes his head off the gun and is clearly dazed. So to be clear, what this thing looks like,
What is it? Several keys
this
in
is
there?
a proper Mad Max wagon with armor on it. So 4 big studded wheels. There was a grot with a little metal grate in his face, strapped to the front, but he just got crushed by the weight of the vehicle. The mech special is a weird chain gun flamer combo weapon up on top with a guy on the gun. And then there's kind of a driver leaning out of one side. Honestly, it's the vehicles we kind of imagined for Avernus. Like this is a full armored Mad Max limo. But the explosion has knocked all of
guess
them
they
forward. So you have
increased the loot
an
of this
opportunity.
thing.
Valentine, you realize you can actually stop aiming because it's all on fire. Praise the Emperor. What do you do?
I think he just shifts because the only like hardcore danger right now is the gunner on the like big chain gun thing getting undazed. So he just wants to pace that guy exactly the same way. Like if they can take out the gunners, they can deal with other shit up close safely.
Cool. So go ahead and roll for that. This is going to be a difficulty of 2. Just because there's enough shit in the way that it's a bit hard, but also they've come to a dead stop and are doing that awkward like
teeter
thing. So I'm going to give you 1 point of setback for the teeter.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a boost for him being dazed by the outrageously successful roll Tyler just made.
Cool. And I aimed, so that gives me another boost, right? Because I'm still prone. Dope. Let's see what happens. It's 1 success.
What's the damage on your?
That'll be 11 damage.
Oh yeah, that's enough. So the orc gunner sits back up.
It's
And
getting
goes,
so warm now.
I came up here for this, and then the bullet hits him and explodes, blasting off the side of his head, leaving the vehicle empty. Marty, you hear sort of a jumble of voices in the darkness, seeming to say with multiple tones, "Do you want vengeance on the orcs?"
Release the hounds.
Oh, obviously.
Ah,
That's it.
puns. Good. Well, perhaps if you let us in, we could help.
Who are you?
People who want to help you get revenge on the orcs.
Who? Are you an orc?
No. I want to kill the orcs with you.
How do I know? This is the truth.
Go ahead and roll a... what's it
I love
gonna be?
Schwarzenegger as JFK.
It's like a super JFK.
No,
yeah.
and like,
Yeah. Nothing bad ever happened to a Schwarzenegger.
Car flips and explodes.
I'm not even pretending to do Schwarzenegger anymore.
You're doing Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
It's your own
exactly.
thing. And the skeletons are part of it. You're just your own thing. I'm trying to think what this would be. I think this is definitely like a you trying to understand.
Maybe streetwise cunning.
Yeah, maybe. I'm actually leaning more towards the social skills side of things.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, you know what?
negotiation?
No. Give me vigilance. Because I think literally the only thing Marty Schwarzenegger would be worried about is, are you an orc? Are you trying to take advantage of me because you're an orc? So it's less about like, are you trying to deceive
Hey,
me? And
stop-
more, is this on side?
Stop showing me up on the accent.
Please. Laura, I know you edit these shows, but give Blood and Syrup a listen and come fucking tell me how I do on accents.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
I'm gonna say 2. You're pretty suspicious because you're
Yeah.
unconscious and dying.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think Marnie. I think there are people who would be susceptible to stuff like this. I don't think Marnie is one of those people because she's so literal about it. It's a little bit like
fucking voice in her head coming from.
well, I
who
mean,
knows
admittedly,
where?
you're just kind of in like an unconscious void, so it's less like you're walking around and this is happening.
I don't think she's gonna.
But you're
trust
also
something
just
she
not-
can't see though.
But I mean, you even saw Valentine and were untrustworthy despite him being
Yeah.
clearly human and being like, I'm with the Emperor. And you're like, but are you an orc? So yeah, no, I like this. So we'll say, actually, Laura, I'm going to drop it to a 1. I
Okay.
think these sorts of tactics aren't particularly good on you. I'm going to give you a setback from just being unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm also sorry. I'm going to give you a boost because you actually have a holy mission now. So I think if this had happened to you in the caves, this might be a more possible thing. But realistically, you have a mission. You have an
Yeah.
inquisitor, and you're going to save the emperor. So if this isn't just like, "Hi, I'm here to help you save the emperor," in which case you'd be like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
This is more like a. This doesn't
Yes.
seem related to my goals.
Yeah.
Spooky voice picked a bad lie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah,
can
that's it.
roll. Okay. Oh, weird. 3 advantages, 1 failure.
That is weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an interesting roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Marnie, you don't buy this. This doesn't sound like something you want. What do you say to this voice in this dark void of trying to not die that you're in?
Fuck. This is like this is honestly like, even though I want to say something cool, I think this is kind of just like she's almost having like a mental stare down
Yeah,
of
I'd buy
this
that.
person. Which is, and she's kind of it's almost like a Marge, like
We've determined that every time we hug the dog, she makes that noise. So now we just call
Yeah.
it marging. So you should be like, "I'm going to Moe's with the boys," and Ripley's like, So okay, yeah, I buy that. That makes sense to me. Okay. So you marge at the voice, and then suddenly your eyes spring open. And as you feel excruciating pain,
yeah. Ugh.
but you see the world around you, a world that makes sense, that doesn't exist in like a weird metaphysical space. You just hear, "You're welcome, and remember, there's always more where this came from." And Marnie, you find yourself awake, and you scream. Laura, you want to say something?
I was supposed to say, "Who are you? Where are you? What are you? Why?"
It's good. Tyler, you're cutting off the W's.
Yeah, I was like, I think
Good
we
man.
This
Yeah,
from
we gotta
beside us
win
is
in a how.
Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, a human.
Wait,
now because of the Emperor.
Ryan, do you say that, or does Eugene just spit that out as like a recording at her? Because I kind of like the idea that it's like,
Oh yeah, I think Eugene could handle that. Yeah, I think there's enough rudimentary intelligence in there that it just goes out. It's the same voice, but sort of a little bit more
Well,
digital and flat.
yeah, I would say it's your voice. You recorded
Yeah.
it as like a, if I ever need Eugene to explain who I am.
Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, human, here now for the Emperor.
Great. So Marnie, I'm gonna say you're awake with still -3 health. You're still in bad shape, but you are now conscious in the world. Yeah. There's no possible consequence from this moving forward. You'll be fine. Okie dokie. So Valentine, you shot the orc in the back. He's down. I think we can drop out of initiative order now. And
Was there a driver, or was it the driver in the room?
There is a driver, but I think we can drop out of order for like he's fighting back, because it's one of those awkward situations where like the Boomdaka Snazwagon is so well armored that it's literally him being like, "Oh fuck," and like working the door and like reaching for a pistol. Like it's one of those weird situations that seems to happen a lot in like if you're taking out the mob boss in a movie situations where it's like the people who are supposed to defend the thing are dead. So now it's the guards inside trying to figure out how to defend it. But by this point, like I feel like Atticus would be rushing. So Tyler,
Yeah,
tell
I
me
mean-
how you tell me what you do to neutralize this car, because I think Valentine, given that you just shot 2 people at distance, that's kind of your
Yeah, he'll be coming in, but Atticus will get there first and on his own, no question.
and honestly, he's the guy with the fucking key to the car door, which is his giant metal fist.
Or just
So,
a hand cannon through a
Tyler,
window.
what do you
There's
do?
options.
You're telling this guy's trying to open the door?
He's trying to open the door while reaching for a gun. So it's
Okay.
it's like one of those awkward, like, fuck.
I let him, like any part of him that comes out of the doorway, I am slamming the door on that part of him.
I'm just gonna go
are you
downstairs
booted or
quickly,
punching?
get some
Just
water,
for
and I will be back.
Great.
Yeah.
So like a mean fucking orc just like leans out the door, and in his mind he's just like, okay, just like in training, door open, 2 in the chest, 1 in the head, 2 in the chest, 1 in the ow, my fingies, as you just like punch the door shut on him, and he stumbles out holding his hand just completely like pulped, blood rushing down his arm.
I just start dooring his head until it's not head
Great.
shaped anymore.
Yep. You know, from vegetation he began, to vegetation he returns. As the pulped orc falls inside, there's a guy just holding the wheel and looking at you.
Oh, he's next. Like no, the Emperor has no mercy for orcs. No.
So the camera cuts outside, and we just see like an orc get tossed, Hulk style through the air, just like into the trees, and there's a classic like smash, hit the ground. Valentine, you kind of look back and just see like a pin cushion from all the jagged branches unmoving. Because I feel like if he was moving, you'd probably go coup de grace, but he's done. And at your feet, Marnie is screaming journalistic questions.
Yes, Marty, we all know the answers, but first we've got to save this vehicle from falling into a chasm.
And he'll just head over to try to
Ryan,
help balance shit out.
before you do that, can you roll me a perception check? Difficulty of 2. You're pretty distracted.
Okay, this is a weird one, Tom. 3 advantages, 1 triumph, 2 failures. I don't even know how that's possible, but it's what the die roll told me.
Be like several failures and then.
How
cancel out
how
the
many
I don't know.
advantage?
3.
Okay. For a second, as Marnie looks at you, it looks like she's got Charlo Copti eyes from the end of District 9, just like yellow, vertically slitted, like nightmare eyes. And you immediately feel your like bolt pistol rising, but then you blink and they're gone. And she's just looking at you with normal eyes. Admittedly, like haunted, like 1,000-yard stare, like Marty Schwarzenegger eyes, but still like regular human eyes. I'm gonna say based on that roll, we haven't talked too much about this because we've been kind of go aside from the weird like downtimes from travel, but there is a part of you that is worried that you're chaos touched now from your experience of the visions. You're not a psyker, so like I think as you blink it out, you worry less that it's her and more that it might be you. And with a bit of a wary expression, you turn to go help Atticus.
Yeah, I think that'd be it. Because I mean, he's pretty ironclad in his like self-belief, but at the same time, yeah, he could be seeing things. He doesn't have proof. He also has no allies. Like as always, it comes down to like the survival equation.
But I
which
also
is
think
a
it's
world
like-
with Marnie is better than a world without.
And you blink your
currently.
eyes a couple times, and then she's just staring at you with a blade in her chest. So like, I think because you were not privy to her having a mental
Oh, yeah, I
conversation,
don't
you would just
fuck
be
know
like,
about that, yeah.
meh. And also, she legitimately is fine now. So you're not sure whether you saw something or whether it was nothing.
It becomes that classic inquisitorial question mark. If you're more useful than this problem right now, we'll do math on this.
And
later.
also, I'm bleeding to death and have been seeing visions of a future, and like, there's some weird shit afoot. Great. So you go to help dear sweet Atticus. with the Boomdaka Snazwagon. You find just a beautiful vehicle of chaos and destruction, ready to rock. The music is still blaring, just like Carly Rae, Orkson just blasting through the air. You're able to drag Marnie in, get her kind of tucked in. Marnie, obviously, you're conscious but not that helpful. So I think basically what I would like from you in this upcoming sequence is you can make arguments for boost dice.
Okay.
You're kind of too out of it to help too much, but you might be able to be like, look out, and point.
Yeah.
My question for Atticus and Valentine is one of you has to drive and one of you can take the mech special. To be clear, that is MEK.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna find myself a place with green enemies and just kill while listening to the podcast.
It has enough of a cockpit under it that you can like duck back and in, which the guy who eventually manned it was doing, because obviously if you'd seen a guy hanging out on top of a turret, you would have shot him first. But you can think of this a bit like a World War II bomber plane situation where like there are guns that people are on all the time. This is one of those guns that you can pop out and man, but it does expose you. So one of you can take the gun, one of you has to drive. Who's going to do what?
I think Valentine would drive because he's more injured and it's more armored.
Yeah, that'd be Atticus's assessment as well. With the caveat that Atticus would add, like,
I'm not much of a heavy gunner, sir, but I do believe you'll be safer here behind the wheel than up there on the guns, eh?
Well, and I'll tell you right now, neither am I. So if someone's going to improvise, I feel like you're a punchier, stronger fella than myself, and orc guns are known for having a bit of a kick.
All right.
So with that, Valentine, you toss your Auspix back to Atticus, given that I feel like, given how common the Auspix is in the Imperium, it would be the kind of thing where it's like, if anything's going to give you an advantage, it's this. Atticus, I like to imagine you very delicately arranging it on your like gun dashboard. Like it isn't like a jam it in. It's kind of like a, how can I wedge this thing? I also just like, given how blunt Atticus is about a bunch of things, but also the fact that he wears glasses and doesn't have like weird eye ogs. It's like, there are certain moments of just like, well, I'm going to go make sure this works.
Yeah.
So you arrange it. You look down at the guns, easy enough. Trigger means go. You've got yourself a flamer, got yourself a chain gun, and in the distance on the Auspix, punching in a couple of quick military signatures, you get a ping of where FOB Charlie is. Across no man's land on both sides, you hear a siren start to blare in the distance, and you hear the roar of orc war tracks behind you. It would seem that your actions, given that you blew up a mine and then blew up a plasma pack, may have been noticed. There are orcs coming for you, and Valentine, looking through the what little you can see around the like massive frontal intake and like the tiny slit, you see a flash of red above the trees as Red Baron, who killed your friends, arcs into view. It's time to get back behind the gentle embrace of the Imperial. It's time to go find the Emperor, and it's time to get the fuck out of enemy territory with fighter planes circling and orcs on your tail. Atticus, what do you yell to Valentine?
I stomp my foot and say, orcs incoming, sir. Better get a move on.
And then to himself, as he like familiarizes himself with like the gear shift of the controls, Valentine's going,
well, I started the day with everyone dead, and in the end, now I've got 2 allies, my own vehicle, and hope for the future. The Emperor really does protect.
and then he just hits the gas as hard as he can and like peels out.
And Marnie, drifting in and out of consciousness, but more in consciousness than out, what do you yell as you're thrown back into your seat as the car lurches forward? And with that, the Valentine heresy became rather fast and rather furious.
This episode of the Valentine Heresy features Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt. Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am
Vanilla fixes surely improves the
library, and this is my report on the
FPS on this. That's crazy. I don't have any lags or anything now. It's butter smooth.
40,000 Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and Tyler Hewitt as Atticus Face. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band have claimed an orc vehicle. Marnie made a deal with a voice in her head she didn't understand. Atticus proved he was a one-man army, and Valentine continued his streak as a sharpshooter. Can they get through no man's land without being slaughtered by both sides? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
From a tattered, perhaps unofficial owner's manual for a Boomdaka Snazwagon. Right, so take your stomper, you're gonna stomp, and then you're just gonna fucking hold on. That is the entirety of the manual. So Valentine, Marnie, and Atticus, you have got yourself some wheels. You've got a Boomdaka Snazwagon, which again is like an armored limo for orcs. I believe, Tyler, you're on the gun as Vis. Valentine, you're driving, and Marnie is like conscious now from some tremendously good rolling, but still pretty almost dead.
Yeah, so we got Marnie in the passenger seat, and Atticus has my auspex up.
That's right.
Just gonna try something.
I just heard a voice in my head. In reality?
Dun dun
knows?
dun.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Like
because it's one
walk.
shots. Excellent. So you fire up the vehicle as indicated in the driver's manual, which is in fact in a little like glove box alongside like just a fistful of shells and like a tiny skull. The vehicle is very simple, but Valentine, from looking around at it, you would be, I think, nervous to get into this vehicle in better circumstance because it does look so roughshod and ramshackle and kind of like nailed together. But desperate times, desperate measures. Your goal, of course, is to reach forward operating base Charlie, which is one of the furthest forward operating bases along the coast. To find Celesti Eris, the doctor that Vis thinks you can trust because they're generally too busy to care. Forward operating base Charlie is unfortunately a bit of a distance away from where you've popped up. This is part of the trouble Marnie had with getting back for years. Is you are deep behind enemy lines, so you're in for quite a drive. You're gonna have to basically cross the active battlefield, no man's land, and then reach the glorious regal lines in order to reach the operating base, all while not being shot by your own people or possibly by the orcs. Good times. Are there any preparations you want to make before you floor it?
Does an auspex work the other way, where it can be picked up by Imperial sensors? Like, instead of using it to search out the location of enemies, can it be like, we're friendly, like a beacon or
no,
something?
but Eugene has a functional radio in him. So if we're within radio distance of Imperial lines, I can send a message through Eugene.
Okay. All right. That
So I
was
think,
my
yeah.
one like logistical question of like, why would we just like draw the wrath of both sides if we
Yeah,
can
I think-
avoid half of that?
Probably put Eugene on like an auto broadcast with like some kind of, I mean, use himself as the beacon, but just like announce Inquisitor, Inquisitor no shoot. Hello, I'm Inquisitor Lucius Valentine. Don't shoot the Boomdaka Snazwagon, the one with the skull in it. Don't shoot us. Don't shoot us.
It's a very official message. I like it. Okay, great. So with that, you fire up the Boomdaka Snazwagon, and you have to. I was gonna say floor it, but you actually have to like awkwardly reverse out of the trap that Vis set off with all the dropping all the trees. So you do that awkward Austin Powers shuffle where you're just like desperately trying to like get the car out, and it's in theory like a very like metal as hell moment full of excitement, but instead it's kind of muted as you awkwardly like shuffle the car out. But eventually you do manage to get it free. So you're able to drive through the forest fairly easily. Again, there aren't official roads, but there definitely are places where things have been knocked aside. What is your how do you want to approach the idea of other vehicles and that sort of thing? Are you going to try and maintain cover? Are you going to avoid them? What's the approach?
I think the smartest approach would be like it's like a sealed or like there's no, it's not like a convertible or anything like that. Like it's completely armored and covered.
With the exception of the gun on the back,
yeah,
which to operate you kind of need to poke your head up and out.
So I think the idea ought to be then that like Atticus ducks down until we need to shoot stuff, and for the time being in orc territory, we just look like a Boomdaka Snazwagon.
Yeah, and orc vehicles go fast, so Valentine would just be trying to like, you know, everybody stay hidden and we just book it like through. We wouldn't want to drive through like a base or something where we get pinned, but we wouldn't worry about traffic on the road. It's more like we'll go fast, they'll go fast. Everybody will yell like, "Oh, I hate you, beast," and just keep, you know, punching it.
Space Marine. That's the one line I remember from the game. Space Marine.
Atticus is just kind of crouched down, like holding on to like the opening and like holding on to the Auspex for like any like blips.
See you later, Tamara.
Jump up on the gun if they're in Auspex range. That it's good enough reason to start shooting. Is that my understanding?
Yeah. Well, unless if they're shooting at us, otherwise just stay hidden. You know,
okay. So wait for them to shoot us. Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to start a war. We're going to be driving by a large number of orcs, and I'd rather not have them chase us the whole way.
Aye, sir. But we are a war. War's started.
Yes, I understand. But what I mean is I don't want the entire war to just be us versus all of them.
I think I could take him, but all right. Orders are orders.
I'm just holding myself together, like physically. I'm still at like -3. Like,
well, if you're going to vomit in the front seat, just vomit on the dead Gretchen right there, and he just points at your feet, and there's just like a Gretchen airbag that went off when they stopped suddenly. Just threw a Gretchen at the guy and it died.
It's not a highly safety rated vehicle, but it's so fuel efficient, you know. Okay, great. So Ryan, can you go ahead and roll me a driving check, please? We're gonna say difficulty of 3 because it is a foreign vehicle. Admittedly, it is an orcish vehicle, so it's a bit simpler. I believe from the last session, we were currently sitting at 3 and 2 in your favor for story points. So we will leave it at that. We might drop it back down to 4 again in the future. I'm not entirely sure yet, but for now, 3 and 2.
Well, okay, I will use the story point because they need this vehicle to work, and he will will it to work.
That's probably how it works.
Yeah, no boost, no setback, right?
I'm going to give you 1 setback for how injured you are, but your skill will negate it. So just be aware that it's there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm aware I'm injured. Gotta hold that time.
Acutely aware.
2 successes and a triumph.
Oh, baby. Ryan, how does Valentine know how to use this car so well?
I think it's comparable. Like when he got in, it looked totally different, but it's actually comparable to like the Moonlander on his like, you know, space scholar progenium that they would have to go out to like journey between areas. It's like, he said, yeah, actually, this is like one of those space golf carts they set for us. So like the movement's actually simpler than he thinks. And it turns out that the gravity, like because of the gravity being shit, he can lean into the turns. He's used to stuff swinging wide in a way most vehicles don't.
Okay, cool. I love that. Yeah, having done this on a planet with like bad gravity, doing it on a planet with actual like normal gravity would be a delight. Excellent. Okay, so you fire up the Boomdaka Snazwagon, and you floor it through the woods. You can see orc units moving through the trees at distance. You can see kind of the billowing smoke of other war tracks and bikes, certainly. And after a few minutes of driving, sure enough, people are generally like acknowledging you just as another vehicle making your way through the woods. After a few minutes of driving, the woods open
second
up,
old
sort of breach the
gold
edge,
ore.
and you come out finally onto the rolling green hills of Vicodin. As there always seems to be, there's a sort of a heavy gray cloud cover sort of rolling low over the hills and moors of fake Scotland. It's after kind of being underground for a bit and being in kind of a gross burnt out forest, that kind of refreshing like Pepsi cool mist, cool zone mist thing kind of hits you, and it is a legitimate relief. Even Marnie, sort of through the depths of your kind of pain and trying to hold yourself together, it just really is one of those incredibly refreshing moments of breathing real air again, which is quickly, of course, ruined when the shells begin to fall. So looking out as you come out of the forest, you can see you're a little ways away from no man's land, sort of a few turns away from no man's land, which is, for all the greenery that's everywhere else, this is very much a classic like mud of France, World War I trench mess, just a bombed out field, not dissimilar, Atticus, from the terrain you were betrayed in.
Oh yeah.
So just kind of
if you want, you can try the torrent I set up.
Beyond that, there's
if the download launcher speed is slow
against the Imperial Guard lines. However, shells have begun
in the off-topic channel, you can find a magnet link.
Roll me a perception check.
It's I think I added way too much trackers, but
just a second.
I'm perceiving my own pain.
Any difficulty
Atticus,
or just straight?
You get to add 2 boosts because you're using an Auspex.
Ah, okay, thank you. That seriously basically like doubled.
Because a lot of people have been saying the download speed is slow.
This is going to be difficulty 3.
Then if people use torrents, that would not be the case.
Quick review of my character sheet, although I'm almost 100% sure I've got nothing to help me perceive. No.
3 successes and 2 advantage for Valentine.
Yep.
2 advantages, 2 failures.
Okay.
I'm holding the Auspex upside down. As in the screen is facing the floor and I'm just looking at the back of it.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Oh, okay.
The good news is you're going to figure out how to fix those batteries if that ever becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Valentine, as the shells begin to hit, you are concerned because you're basically going to have to slalom through these fuckers before you can reach the lines. But a quick kind of look with your sort of tactical know-how would suggest that these shells are actually being launched too deep into the line. Like they're not. Normally, you would use a shell bombardment to either pin down enemies or just like make them fuck off. But weirdly, the targeting on this seems off. It seems like someone is basically missing because it's penetrating into the lines, but there's still like a giant. Like it's not like hitting the line; it's hitting beyond the line, sort of deep into the.
Yeah, it's not hitting the people who charge, it's shooting the camp, which is not helpful.
Yes, exactly, and like the reinforcements and other things. So it's not like it's not killing orcs, because it's definitely killing orcs. But if you were in command of this, you would be pretty mad. Atticus, I think you see it, but trying to pay attention to the auspice and also having likely as someone who like fights close up, your concern is less for that and more for like what kind of orcs are we looking at. So I think you get distracted with that. And Marnie, you just keep on keeping on, my friend.
Yeah, the server is gonna explode in a weekend, I think, since the signups has permanently open now.
So I don't know if he'd discuss his thoughts on the conspiracy at this point. He's pretty sure this is designed to be a war that will go forever, and that whoever's running the guard is taking out people who are capable, and they are purposefully botching the battle lines to try to keep eyes off the planet, or if they show up, gone. It's a weird theory, but it's what he's running with based on what he's seen so far.
I feel like you would disclose. I think weirdly with like Alto and Lyric, you probably would have told them just because you were all kind of a conspiracy together. With these two, I feel like this is information you would give them when safe. I don't think you would be like instructing them on this now. This feels more, yeah, like
I think she has some theories with you.
It's a classic like road trip dad being like, all right, so when we get to
yeah, I
Six
think
Flags,
he'd share when it's pertinent, but I was like worth saying aloud so Tom knows it and the audience knows. So it's not like 3 episodes later he's like, I have a theory based on something 7 episodes ago that no one remembers except me.
Yeah, you don't want to pull a Matrix and just have Neo, who's done nothing but kill robots for 2 movies, suddenly be like, actually, I want peace, and everyone be like,
yeah,
right, good work. Okay, so let's go have a Zion rave. Does this? I assume your plan is still just like as fast as humanly possible or orcishly possible to get to the FOB. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, pretty much. If we're going, like, I think Valentine to keep an eye out for, like, if there are orc formations or whatever, he'd do that thing which is like run alongside and then dart away when you need to, like try to blend in as possible with the not getting shelled orcs. The moment the shells start landing on the army, fuck the orcs. He's up.
All right, so you're gonna have to maneuver through the initial sort of shell blast to even reach that part of the formation. Tyler, you can assist with this if you want, which will just basically be adding boost to Ryan. Laura, I'm sorry, there's still not much for you to do, but the good news is, like, yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. All right, so Ryan, go ahead with driving. You'll get boost from Tyler. We're currently sitting at 2 and 3 in my favor. I'm going to spend. Our difficulty? Yeah, I'm just working that out. I'm going to spend 1 to bump it. No worries. So Ryan, your difficulty, if you're going fast, is going to be 4. 1 of which is a red. Only because the way I'm basically playing with this is you will make it through more range bands going at this speed. It's just going to be harder because you're less able to maneuver if you're driving at top speed, but you'll get there faster.
Cool, and I'll use the story point as well.
Okay, great.
1 success.
Okay. So you take off at speed. Atticus, you're the most exposed of the 3. What's going through your head as these shells are exploding around you?
Focus, listen, wait for the command to fire. Doesn't matter that you're being shelled.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the Snazwagon begins sort of maneuvering between shells that are just like blasting, orc bits everywhere. The orcs themselves are getting fired up to charge. Even with the sort of ranks behind them being decimated, you hear some occasional shouts of almost joviality. There's kind of a like, well, they missed us, so I guess it's up to us now. Let's go! Just a bunch of like fired up, excited work boys whipping themselves into a frenzy. And then finally we hear a knob who's wearing like full armor, like a mechanical body, giant like can opener arm, big shooter for 1 arm, and just says, all right, lads, well, it seems it's time for us to wah, I say. And the orcs around him scream wah, and he says, yes, let's go, and begins like loping across the battlefield along with the rest of the units. So the good news is you slalom through the shots because you rolled I was gonna say rolled a big success. You rolled a success, which is good enough. You've made it past the shell lines. They're kind of creating a natural barricade behind you, and now it's you and the orcs entering no man's land. I'm going to roll a perception check for the orcs to see if they determine that you are not of them. So what am I going to roll here? Just get my dice roller up. Skip it up. All right, great. So
Tom.
Yes, sir.
Just to throw this out there as an idea, I have 2 points in deception / cunning. Could we add those as setback dice from making orky noises and such from within our vehicle?
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
Sick.
Okay.
I mean, Marnie's kind of doing that already.
Oh, yeah. One of us. Okay, so yeah, I'll give you. I'm gonna say 3 setback because you're absolutely right. Marnie's like tortured, nonsensical screams do make this seem a bit more believable. I'm gonna gain 1 boost for myself because I think Valentine is likely a much safer driver than an orc driver would be. And then we're gonna say. Think 3 difficulty on my end. Story points currently sit at 2 and 3 in my favor. I am going to spend 1 to upgrade to a yellow. So now it is 3 and 2 in your favor. Did you guys want to spend 1 to up the difficulty?
Yeah. I think we've had some time to do some like slaloming and stuff, and I think his more safe driving is balanced by the fact that everything is bouncing like a psychopath. So I think like it's impossible to drive safely. So everyone seems like an orc a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, what do we get? 1 triumph, 2 failures, and 1 threat. That is a weird spread.
They spot us, but we run over the war boss. That's why they spot us.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say the war boss does notice as he's running. He kind of like looks over and says, "Wait a minute. There aren't supposed to be any boomducker snazwagons in this particular detachment. I sense a ruse." But he only trusts his unit, so he like points at you guys with his machine gun hand, and immediately a couple of like knobs on bikes start like slaloming through the crowd towards you. But it really is like a in a heist movie. Security has pointed you out from across the room. But unfortunately, with the failures and the threat, it's going to take them a while to get there. What that will mean for you, Atticus, and I guess Valentine, if you're waiting on his order, is you've clearly been made, but it's in the chaos of a charge. So there are units moving towards you, but they're still pretty far away and have to kind of make it through their ranks while also still charging forward. Would you open fire or would you hold off?
I would hold off. Is there a scenario where we can reach the?
Yes, I just need to wait for them to spawn.
These guys catching us?
Can
we make it FOB? Okay,
it's entirely possible. Like, because the Imperial side is going to open fire next turn as the orcs charge through no man's land. So like there will be a lot of chaos. It's just if you shoot at them now, you have the advantage of possibly stopping them, but the risk
then
of everyone else seeing you. If you don't, they might be able to catch up to you, but you won't.
Then they're in the same shit that we are. So I'll hold off.
Okay. Great. So with that, the famed flashlights of the Imperial Guard begin to blink on and off as the las guns fire, laser bursts at you. I
thought they were doing some sort of like signal.
I mean, in a way, they are. It's just with shitty guns.
The signal is, please stop.
Yeah. Bring bigger guns. So they begin firing their las rifles in a cascade of G.I. Joe cartoon fire. And the orcs open fire with much shootier guns that do not have any accuracy but pack a bigger punch. And you find yourself in a crossfire. Ryan, let's get another driving check from you, and this will determine whether or not the knobs on bikes are able to catch up to you.
Okie dokie. We're at 2 story points?
Yes, you are. You also have 1 boost coming forward from the threat on my previous roll.
I will use that boost. That sounds great. What's our difficulty, Tom?
I'm going to say 3.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. 3 advantage, 3 failure.
Okay, so as the gunfire begins, and orcs start taking cover and lobbing grenades and firing rockets, it's just mass chaos. And Valentine, you see your opportunity. It's that moment in like sort of ancient combat. This would be when 2 armies slam up against each other. In this case, it's like they've gotten within range of each other, so now everyone's starting to like duck for cover and try and essentially.
Well, I
weaken
think
the line
it's
enough
time
that
for me
the
to
orcs
stop
and chamas
playing.
can make it the rest of the way. A couple of them do that like thing.
Okay,
that
so
orcs often do in
later.
movies where, like, one of them ignores
Maybe
the
I'll watch
commander
10
just runs
minutes
out,
of
gets shot a
the
bunch of times.
football match or
There's
something.
a bunch
But
of that drama happening, but it actually means the tide is stopping, which gives you a rare chance to like bolt forward. Unfortunately,
so
the
yeah,
invaded
I
bikes take the same
will
opportunity. So
see you guys
you tear out
tomorrow,
into the middle of
I
no man's
guess.
land. It's a classic like trying to sneak across the Berlin wall border, where it's like you just have to clear the distance. You're starting to hear
Yeah,
crackling
good
static
night.
from
See you
Imperial
tomorrow.
transmissions. It's complete chaos, so they likely won't be able to help you, but they aren't also specifically aiming for you, if that makes any sense.
Right.
So you burst out of the ranks of the orcs, knocking a couple aside with the front